Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special episode of Trials and Trebuchets. I am joined here, my name is Luke, and I am joined here by all my good friends to celebrate the birthday of Ben!
Happy
What? My birthday? Say it ain't so.
Okay, I won't then. It's not Ben's birthday. Take it back, everyone.
Oh, okay.
We're here to celebrate birthday boy Ben, and to do so, what are we going to be doing today, birthday boy Ben?
I am forcing all of you to play Stewpot with me.
Yes!
Stewpot is a lovely little tabletop RPG. And basically, the whole premise of it is you get to run your own fantasy tavern.
Yes.
So you're all retired adventurers trying to set up shop in a town, and it's a whole lot of fun. The whole premise of it is you just need some six-sided dice, you need a deck of cards and a coin, and essentially you just play a bunch of cool mini games with your friend, going through tavern life, and improving your tavern, increasing the whole quality of it. It's just really fun and wholesome.
It's a very Ben game. The full title is Stewpot, Tales from a Fantasy Tavern by Takuma Okada. There'll be a link to the game in the description. Go check it out because it's delightful and play this game. I guess it's pretty rules light. There's mini games like you just said, and we all made characters who are retired adventurers who are running it, right? So Ben, should we introduce who we're playing? Or should we make the tavern first?
That's a good question.
I think probably introducing our characters first, as just as a meta note, would probably be smarter. And then we can build the tavern knowing who each others are, right?
That would be a very good idea.
Okay, so let's start with just introducing our characters. Birthday boy Ben, since you're the birthday boy, why don't you introduce your character first? Or you, actually, I guess, if you don't want to, because we always make you go first. You could just choose someone else if you don't want to.
It's my job to go first, so therefore, shut up. I am playing a lovely hobgoblin known as Gojigi, also fondly referred to as Gogo. They are a retired bard who has a love for storytelling and also really enjoys good food. So they've taken it upon themselves to be this tavern's head chef. Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
Oh my god.
Can we just hotel help, please?
Are we still going in turn?
Yes. Why would we play?
Hi, excuse me. Hi, I'm Carla, and I'm going to be playing an owlin.
What is that? What's an owlin?
An owling.
What's that?
Describe it for the players at home.
Oh.
Yeah.
So an owling is basically like an owl that is the size of a person.
An owlin is... An owlin, folks, is an owl person. It's like a humanoid owl. Anyways, Carla, carry on. I'm sorry.
You grilled me there. She looks like a spotted wood owl, so sort of like orangey fur. And her name is Bethel Houdini. And
oh my god.
And she was a wizard who is a turned merchant. That is all I have to say.
And I am going to be playing an orc. My name will be Okra Thundersword, they, them pronouns, and they were a paladin. And this orc is now going to be filling the wonderful position of a crafter.
Hi, my name is Sam, and I will be playing, my character's name is going to be Yvette Tealeaf. He is a blonde halfling who grew up loving the mud as a druid and continues to love the mud and the dirt as a farmer.
Aww.
I am Nathan, and I'm going to be playing an old human lady named Granny Agnes. She looks like every stern homeroom teacher you've ever met. She used to be a very distinguished rogue, and now she is trying to use her knowledge of poisons to become an apothecary. It's all chemistry, right? That's what it is? It's chemistry? That's all it is.
Absolutely.
I studied English in school, so I don't know.
And I am Luke, and I am going to be playing Dockland the Kobold, Imagine a tub of Rocky Road ice cream in lizardy form. That's what he looks like. Dockland, in his former adventuring life, was a ranger from the north, was spending weeks upon weeks dressed in moss, hiding amidst the terrain, knowing the land, loving the land. Now, in his later years of 5, he is retired, wealthy, and happy, and is turned his eyes to becoming the land's greatest poet. He also is great at organizing banquets and really just amping up. He's definitely like the inn promoter. He gets this fucking place pumping during the weekends.
Oh, could Agnes
Incredible.
be like a mixologist?
I'm sorry, I had too much energy. I was so excited for Kobold.
Ben, what was Gogo's? What were their pronouns? You
Yeah.
used they when-
He, him.
Gotcha.
And then Bethel was she, her. Dockland is he, him as well.
Perfect. And Granny Agnes, she, her as well. I don't remember if I mentioned that or not.
Okay.
Cool. So that's everyone. Ben, I'm gonna fucking let you do it. I don't want to take any responsibility during this episode. I just want to be a kobold. You run this
Okay,
game.
so first of all, after we've created our characters and have them all set to go, we now have to build the tavern itself.
Hell yes.
So the first step of that is the location.
Location.
So it could be competing with other taverns in like a big city, or it could just be some little fucking shack in the middle and buttfuck nowhere. Who knows? So I guess we need to decide as a group where it is, what it looks like, and the name of it.
Okay.
So I was thinking about this.
Uh-huh.
I kept on thinking about like what a tavern, like what a distinguished tavern would look like.
Yes.
All right, I'm thinking, imagine a Hard Rock cafe, but for adventurers.
Fuck yes.
Oh my
So
God.
it's like,
Fuck yes.
it's literally like old heroes, like swords on plaques throughout, where it's like, yeah, this was wielded by Grognar the Great. He used this in the Dragon Wars of 32.
Oh,
Yeah,
but here's the question. Are these actual weapons by these people, or is this just totally a gimmick?
We got this at In Supply Store down the fucking road.
Oh my God.
We used to be adventurers. That's
Yeah,
the
it
thing.
is.
It is primarily our old junk that we had lying around.
Did you know that Ulfar the Barbarian sat in this very booth?
These were the shackles that shackled Romstadon to the dead destroyer of universes to the throne of defilers. Did you know that?
Yeah, it's totally not just like
Jeez.
this thing we couldn't sell at like a yard sale.
Some dirty old shackles we found in the street.
That's dope. Are we in a city? Can we be in a city? I want to be in a big city. Is that okay?
I think we
But
could
then
be in
where
a
would I
city.
find
How does
So,
everyone else
if
feel
we're in a
about
city- Are we like primarily for tourists then?
Oh, fuck
Ooh.
yes.
Shit.
Absolutely we are.
Oh God.
Oh.
I like this.
That makes it even better because then we can play shit up.
Yes.
Exactly.
all
Oh,
these fancy
God.
city
And
people
we're like
haven't
the
been on a
Bubba
real
Gumps,
haven't been on a real adventure before. Like we
Exactly,
can play up
yeah.
everything else that we own.
You bring up their steak knife out and it has a bit of blood on it. They get all skittish and you're like, oh shucks, this is just the adventuring life. Okay, so we're in a big city. It's the Hard Rock Cafe.
I do think we need a different name, but yes, it is the Hard Rock Cafe, but for adventurers.
Softstone.
Sharp sword something.
One day this mouse comes and tries to sue us.
The
It's so
soft-
sad because I've never been to Hard Rock, so
What?
I'm just like,
Don't be sad about it. They're awful.
They are the food is awful. It is basically like the concept is, oh, what if we had a music museum where you could order an overpriced but shitty burger and look at like
Oh.
music paraphernalia that you don't care
It's
about.
It's terrible. When I was a child, I ordered a regular sized chicken tendies and fries, and they gave me a kid size, even though I specifically said that I didn't
Damn.
want a kid size.
That
Jesus.
sucks,
So I've had
Sarah.
a vendetta against them ever since.
Did you finish the chicken
I
tendies
can
though?
tell
Yes,
by
they
the fact that you
tasted
can remember
awful.
that.
so why would you want a bigger one?
Can we call it the Soft Steel Cafe?
There we
Soft
go.
Steel Cafe.
Is that
Part of
okay?
me was just wanting to call it the tourist trap.
Tourist? No, that's way too on the
Is
nose.
that like our nickname?
Yeah, it's so on the nose they won't expect
No!
it.
Oh,
promote
that's
that.
our gimmick, but we're actually authentic. But then in reality, we are actually like
Oh, we're
scamming
self-aware.
them.
Wow.
What if it's called like
God.
the Dragon's Trap? the dragon trap because it's like, oh, the tourists are dragons because they have hordes of money that they're bringing
But
to
also,
us.
like, this is all the cool, like, it's like we got dragon traps in here. We got everything.
Yeah, we can.
Oh my
If a dragon
gosh.
comes in here, we're prepared because not only is this a museum, it's also for some reason like a doomsday prepper thing. I don't know. I kind of lost the track.
Okay, hang on. This is reminding me of that, like, I don't know if you've seen Onward.
Yeah.
I have not seen Onward.
Yeah.
Is
Like,
that good?
Wasn't there like a restaurant that is
Hey, Carla, yes, they're describing, everyone here has just described the cafe, the restaurant from Onward. Yes, that is what we're
That's
doing.
already a thing that exists.
Yes, it is a
know
very big
anything
part of that
about
movie.
this,
They
but I'm
spend
happy it
a lot of
exists.
time there.
Okay, but that's like a modern day setting. This is like
Exactly.
while this is still, it's
in
not like
the
a
moment.
nostalgia thing. It's just like a.
It's like if you went into a
Chronologically,
restaurant.
we did it first.
It's like if you went into a restaurant and they were like, "Hello, welcome to Computers Are Us. Sit down at our computer desk and here's this shit. Here's like some cool chips.
Here,
dude."
eat some fax paper. What?
So that's the thing, Ben. What else do we need? I think we nailed it.
Did we decide on the name?
It was the Dragon's Trap. wasn't
Okay,
it?
we're gonna go with the Dragon's
Yeah,
Trap
it's a
then.
great
Oh,
game.
Ben, it's your birth. This is your birthday.
Oh,
your
that is
game.
true.
You get final.
Defer to Ben.
It's
You
true.
are also head chef.
Yeah, you are head chef.
So we also have the theme. What exactly does it look like? I was thinking almost like some sort of bodega-esque thing, where it's just like a bunch of buildings like stuck together, but we're smack dab in the middle.
I mean, all of our ratings do start at 1. Like the tavern
Yeah.
has like 4 different ratings that show us how good of a tavern it is. You do have to start off at a shithole.
That's very
Yes,
true, yeah.
True.
We've
A
really
shitty
nailed
bodega.
that.
There we
We've
go.
really fucking nailed shithole though.
So basically, like, we have like tall buildings right beside us, and then we're
Yes.
the tiniest.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah,
there's
we're the
historical
tiny
site.
shit shack in the middle.
the thinnest and shortest building in town.
We gotta build up.
Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
true. It's gonna be one of those like multi-story chain restaurants by the end.
Oh my god.
It was originally sold to us by an elderly woman,
Yes.
one of my character's pals, who was like, hey, they keep on trying to tear down my house to build more like big buildings here. I am going to die soon. I want you to take care of it. And now it's just a house that we run a tavern out of, I guess.
It's so cool.
That's incredible.
I love it. So that's the theme. That's the location, places. What else do we need, Ben?
I think we each get to name something about the actual city we're in, right?
oh,
Yeah, so we each have to give like one detail about the city or the surrounding area.
Damn, I'm bad at taking notes.
I want to say it might be the city that's between cities, you know?
okay.
the one that's not so bustling, but everybody comes here anyways because they kind of have no choice.
It's like a stop on the way to.
Yeah.
other ones.
Yeah.
We're at crossroads. I think no one here uses gold. Gold is not accepted by anyone. They only use barter. This is a barter town. This is a
Oh, boy.
crossroads barter town.
Oh dear lord.
Is this the second one shot we've done where we don't use like the money is confusing?
Yes.
I think that's
think
literally
so.
Wonder Home.
Yeah, Wonder Home had that too.
But barter does exist.
I think, and this is 100% not because I am a farmer, wink wink, but even though it's a city, it has like, it's kind of like surrounded by like very like well taken care of land that like people just kind of like build farms on, that kind of stuff. Again, totally not because I'm a
The
farmer.
land is so nice, but the city is just an eyesore.
It's a big pile of shit
Oh,
on top
no.
of a lovely
Why
field.
would you say that about
Why does it have to look
town?
bad?
Well, it's
What
a
if-
town.
What if like the climate is so weird that like, oh, it's supposed to be summer, but it can suddenly snow all of a sudden?
That's Australia?
Oh, so we're that far north, huh?
What if there's like, I guess I'm kind of thinking a little bit of Calgary, like a little bit of Hong Kong here, but what if there's like walkways throughout the city that are partly covered? So there's like kind of a whole other, like there's tall buildings, so there's like a whole other level of stores
Oh, I
and
like that.
shops
I like that a
that you just
lot.
have to go on the walkways to sort of see. And also when it snows, that sort of helps things get covered.
I like that.
I think a major thing is that this city has a very bad. You know how New York has a rat problem?
Oh god.
I think this place has a really terrible imp infestation.
Yes.
Oh dear lord.
I opened the cupboard to get some cereal, and like 5 of them just flew out.
Yeah, they don't attack or anything. It's literally like just trying to make bad deals with you. So it's like, just the most annoying, like, oh yeah, I'm trying to be a devil, so I have to start small. So like, do you want to buy this fake Rolex?
That's still New York.
Non-paying customers, get out.
That's still New York.
I mean, they have a barter
that's
system.
true,
Like, hey,
damn
can
it.
I get like a glass of water for a fake Rolex? Like, get out of my building immediately.
Hey, here.
They're like
do
little
you wanna,
spam pop-ups in real life.
Exactly.
Do you want to try the demo of my mixtape? All right, you're gonna donate now, right?
Yep. Do you want this pamphlet? Do you want this pamphlet? Do you want this pamphlet? Give me your shoes.
I imagine they're like if someone like is going through town and they're like, oh, I'm actually gonna stop and kind of enjoy this. Suddenly there's a flash because one of the imps took a picture and was like, okay, that's gonna be $20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes they're wearing little costumes of famous adventurers, and then when you pose with one and get your portrait taken, they demand a tip.
Yes. So Ben, did we do a good job?
I think we did a perfect job. I love this
What's
little
the name of
like.
the town?
That's a good question. What should the town's name be?
Maybe something like going off of like in between. If it's literally like a stop between two major cities, like a play on that, or like Middlesbrough.
Middle child.
Middle
You're
child?
just doing word association, Carla.
Like Middle Earth, but middle child.
Middle child.
That's just what I am.
The middle
as a
child that
person.
everyone kind of forgot about, and now it has an imp.
Damn.
We just have to spell it in a way that makes it look fantasy.
Medal
It's Twixville. Because it's
I was
Twix.
thinking Twixt, honestly.
Oh my god.
Twixville.
Twix just sounds fun.
Yeah, it's betwixts.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Middle
Yeah, let's go with
places.
Twixtville.
like the chocolate Twix?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
Twistville.
Oh,
Is there
that's
a
incredible.
chocolate fountain?
No, Carla.
I
Can't
wish.
just put chocolate everywhere. You can get that when we upgrade the tavern.
There you go.
Yeah, right. Speaking of upgrading and
Oh.
ratings, we have the lowest ratings out of any tavern at this
Dude, we
moment,
just opened.
which means a cramped kitchen, small pantry, cheap local wines, and a small brick oven for cuisine, straw mattresses, narrow chimneys, and bare walls
Oof.
for, atmosphere. So our food and atmosphere kind of, stinks. And then our service, that's the operating system of our
These
tavern.
are like staff, right?
Yeah, that's like staff. They're not very good. We've got maybe like some guy we found who submitted a resume off the street, and
We
he
have a bunch
wasn't.
of retirees.
Yeah,
It's just the only
You know,
person
just-
we could
ju-
get.
Yeah.
just whoever we could get at the moment.
cool.
So it's also not great.
Cool. Okay.
But we can improve that as time goes on, hopefully. So I guess we should move on to the first mini game, which is called The First Step. Pretty good naming for that.
Yeah. Do you want to read the text for it, Ben, or do you want someone else because you're talking and you don't want to?
I will
Okay.
describe
Wonderful.
what this says. So, before you decided to put down roots here, before you found this group of friends, what were you doing? What was the first thing you learned about how to live in town? So, this is how it'll work. So, everyone plays this game. Every character gains one town experience.
Ooh.
So, I believe somewhere else in here, there is a list of town experiences for each of the townie jobs.
Yeah.
So, I think what that means is we can each take one that is listed there
Correct.
for our respective jobs.
Mm-hmm. And then we'll take turns describing a short scene that led to that experience.
It also says another player or players might come with you, although they do not gain that same experience. So
Yes.
someone could be present in that experience, but that doesn't mean they necessarily gain the same experience from
Okay.
that.
Wonderful. So this is just like immediately the between moment of like the inflection point between adventurer and tavern keeper, right? Of our first moments.
Yeah, this is like specifically not a call to action, but a call to rest.
Yes.
Because another aspect of the game is that like you start off with adventure experiences, which you then lose as you use them throughout the games.
Yeah, so as it goes on, you get more and more settled into the tavern running business, and the adventuring days just seem like a fond memory.
I like that.
Yeah, it's the beginning of that.
I know my scene.
Do you?
Let me look at my notes. What the fuck's my name? I, Dockland the Kobold, remember wandering into Twixtville on a unseasonably cold and also warm because of the unsteady weather kind of day. It's just humid and dry within the hour. I remember wandering into this imp-infested pile of wood and metal called a city. And I don't have a lot of fun
describing the place that we just described together.
And I am going to gain, as a poet, as a ranger poet, I'm going to gain the town experience of chronicler. Make sure people will remember. And I think that I walk into town. I've come here on a quest to never go on a quest again. And I need people to know who I am. I need to get my name out there, right? And so Dockland. Wait, Dockland isn't the right name. That's not what I said earlier.
Dorkland.
It's Dorkland. I'm so
Dorkland.
sorry. Dorkland, jump upon a small fountain in the town square. I'm very prepared for this. Jump upon a small fountain in the town square and would begin screeching from here to the ends of the earth, trying to call as much attention to me as possible and get the name recognition of Dorkland out there.
And what does that sound like, Luke?
Welcome, gather around, everybody, and here, one and all, to me, Dorkland, greatest of tavern keepers, soon to be greatest of tavern keepers. You keep your eyes peeled on those message boards, those postings, the crows screaming in the streets and the imps screaming beneath your sheets. I am going to host the sickest party this weekend. All of you, just say the name Dorkland and you're in the front door, baby.
Dorkland!
You're in.
Dorkland, interesting. I better go there.
And I will hop down. People know me. People remember me. People aspire to walk where I walk.
Damn.
As Granny Agnes watches this imp, or not this imp, this kobold, excuse me. We do have other actual imps in this.
Dare.
I think Granny Agnes is interested and will go check out the tavern now before it gets too crowded.
Absolutely.
How did Granny
And when she goes in,
Agnes-
she orders, she sits very primly and properly on one of the bar stools, back straight as a ruler, and she is just, I would like one ale. She drinks it. She spits it out. It's terrible. This is bad ale. And then, reaching into, up her very long sleeves on her black dress, she pulls out 3 small vials, pours them in, stirs this a little bit, takes a sip, and then hands it to the bartender. Drink this. That's right. It tastes delicious.
The bartender, their face drops as they realize how fucking terrible they've been doing this entire time.
Yeah. And so I will take the town experience, brewer. I am the maker of potions, salves, and balms and whatnot.
Ooh.
Or salves.
I think we kind of have to go in the past a little bit. Maybe a couple of weeks to a young blonde. Well, not young. They're young for a halfling, maybe not as young for a human, but they are tired of going around with their friends who want gold and they want the royalty. It's like, no, I just want a patch of dirt to just get my hands in there. I want to like live off the land. I want to be a hermit. And they go off and it's like probably like a warm day, and suddenly snow. Where did this come from? What an interesting thing to see at this time. And then they look out past the trees and they see the
Town of Twixtville.
Then they see Twixtville
looming on the horizon.
And though they and they see the land around Twixtville, and they see the fields of perfect pristine dirt and land, and in that moment Yvette knows this is where he belongs. And so for a little while, like trying to get used to everything, studies the skies, and eventually, which I think this will be very useful, he gains the town experience as a lovely farmer, the weather vane. He can now predict the weather a few days in advance.
That's very handy.
That's so handy. I think that with Okra, I imagine as an adventurer, Okra was very much somebody who was just like, go, 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 trying to, defeat the forces of evil, make the world a better place, make it beautiful for others. And I think that because they were so on so much of the time, they never really got the opportunity to experience that beauty for themselves. So I think they had this very long work day of just, doing paladin shit. And they dragged themselves over to Twixville, and it was very, very late. And they end up sort of, ignoring the chittering of imps and, standing up on one of those walkways and just watching the sunset. And it sort of made them think about how that's the most beautiful thing they've seen in a while, and they haven't really gotten a chance to appreciate it. And just something about the beauty of that town really strikes them. And they look down at the walkway and they see two people in the street. They're holding those wooden cups of ale and they're laughing and they're cheersing together and they're kind of stumbling. And the joy that they feel just really draws Okra to the idea of a tavern. And because of that experience, I think that Okra is going to gain the crafter skill of artisan, which is create beautiful things.
Aww.
Aww.
Y'all are getting way more better than I did.
No, yours was fucking great.
Okay, good.
Yeah, mine was also, I just made a really good drink, and I was like, that's good
fucking
enough for
I've
me.
stared at the sky for a couple of weeks, and now I can tell the weather. Ooh.
Oh, this is good.
So for Bethel, she was traveling between the non-betweens, but obviously to get to the non-between, she has to go to the in-between, which is Twixville, and she saw like two halflings, like they seemed like a couple and they were breaking up, and it's like, we can't have this business together anymore. Like, I am in love with someone else.
Do you want us to be the halflings for a second, Carla, so that you can just role play? I don't want to be in this relationship with you anymore. I can't do this with you.
We just signed the lease.
I don't care if we signed the lease. I hate you. I can't stand to look at you another moment. Get out of my sight.
Why are you all fighting?
Shut up, Peter.
I never asked for you.
What does Bethel do?
My poor heart can't take it.
I don't care about your stupid heart. Go inside the house and unpack your boxes. What does Bethel do, though?
Oh my god.
Bethel watches as Peter packs like the boxes and throws it outside their house, and was like, oh my gosh, this is free stuff. So Bethel takes it and travels with it all the way to Twixville. And then she saw that people were taking stuff from the boxes like in their own stores, and was like, damn, I really want to do that. So as Bethel walks in
to town,
she walks into town. She's like, frogs to excite you, carrots to embezzle you.
Oh my fucking god.
So that is my story.
What trait do you take, or what town you experience, though? 'Cause that's a fun story.
So my experience of that is that I am able to know what people want, because I know that people want the frogs and the carrots. So I got the perfect gift.
Oh my.
Why did you have to rob people to do this?
I did not expect that. I expected you to be like, here's a magical thing to heal your relationship, not, yo, fuck yeah, free shit.
That's Carla's characters, always. It's great.
Fuck.
You did distill the adventuring life down to its bare essence, which is, find two people fighting and then steal both of their stuff.
There you go.
And Ben comes back to you, my friend.
So Gogo arrives at Twixville just because he's a wanderer. He'll go wherever, the wind takes him, really, but also wherever his stomach might take him, because he loves food. He's very much a foodie. Upon arriving to Twixville, he encounters a quarrel between two farmers. One of them has a particularly small pumpkin, and the other one has a particularly large pumpkin. And they're both arguing over which one tastes better and which one is will beat the other one in a contest or whatever. So Gogo, curious about the endeavor, approaches the two farmers and requests to sample both of them. It doesn't matter if the food is prepared or raw. He will just eat whatever food is available to him.
Like a foodie would.
Yeah. So
big
he
foodie
samples.
is always just eating nuts and berries.
Chewing on twigs.
So he samples the smaller pumpkin first. It's sweet. It's a very nice flavor. Like it's sharp. This is like a really good pumpkin that you could probably just snack on. The larger pumpkin, also an incredibly more mild and robust taste, very earthy. However, this would make an excellent pumpkin to turn into stew or like use it as an ingredient. And I think because of that, he was able to give both farmers exactly what they were looking for. They wanted their views on their own pumpkins to be reinforced. And I think having both of them like realize that, our pumpkins are actually good in their own right. They don't need to be compared to any other pumpkin.
God damn.
And I think that has given Gogo the experience of refined palate.
Ooh.
His sense of taste is second to none.
Damn.
Nice.
I can't imagine Gogo as anything other than a porcupine chowing down on some fucking pumpkin now.
He just fucking chomps the pumpkin.
So somehow we all gather together to run a tavern. I don't understand exactly how that works, but all of our interests. I think everyone just heard about how great this fucking tavern is. Because, like, Granny Agnes, you're hanging out, right?
Oh, here's the thing. We all used to be adventurers, and, adventurers kind of know each other.
Yeah.
And so it's always, like, all of us has one degree of separation from the other, like, during our adventuring days.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
So, like, I found about this tavern from you.
Yeah. And
I feel like all of our paths have probably crossed, like, at some point.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Gogo remembers meeting everybody because Gogo's probably met at least like everybody once at like another tavern and shared a nice meal with them. And he fondly remembers each memory because he ate food with them.
Yes.
Hell yeah, big
Chill.
mood.
What did we eat together?
Yeah.
When our paths crossed?
Each of us individually named 5 distinct meals that also encapsulate parts of our personalities and backstories.
Oh my gosh.
Everything that we've just told you, even our names, each letter of our name have to also be in the dish.
Because that just feels
That's
weird about that.
Oh my goodness.
Also, it tastes
okay.
Apple pie.
This is gonna be tricky.
Just go with your gut.
I think Gogo definitely shared a chocolate pie with Bethel.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I think with Dorkland, he probably shared some fried clams with.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh.
I love that.
I was thinking about them because I missed them. I haven't had them since I left the Maritime.
Oh my god. I think with Granny Agnes, he shared a nice beef stew with her. A nice hearty stew.
With hearts.
Yes, the beef was cut into hearts.
Oh, that's how you interpreted
It's
that.
beef hearts cut into heart shapes.
Oh my god.
Delicious.
What about Yvette? Is it just
I think with Yvette, it would be a nice vegetable saute. Like a nice earthy and flavorful vegetable saute.
Okay. Wonderful. Regardless, we all
Wait, I didn't get one.
Oh,
yeah,
rude.
Okra didn't get one.
The one who wanted it the most.
Calm down,
name is Okra.
Dorkland.
I'm so
Jeez.
sorry.
He wants to get into
Dorkland
making parties.
needs to go. Yeah.
I think with Okra, it would be a nice flavorful like a nice flavorful quiche.
Ooh.
Maybe with a lot of eggs.
I'm very big. I'm like 6'10", so for me, a quiche is like a little thimble of a food. So I just like open my mouth and I just let the quiche just pour in like I'm eating cereal.
No, imagine if it was like the big quiche, but the big quiche to you is a tiny quiche.
Okay, it was a jumbo quiche.
Jumbo quiches.
Jumbo gumbo quiche.
Jumbo gumbo quiche.
Damn.
That's what it is.
Cool. So, nonetheless, we all know of one another from shared meals, shared experiences through the grapevine, running chance meetings on the horizon. We all eventually succumb to the draw, which is the Dragon's Trap, and come under the ownership or at least operations of this wonderful tavern.
Incredible. I love it so much.
And that's where it ends, right?
Yeah,
so that's the end of that game.
Together, yeah.
Good game
so
make
now,
believe. I loved it.
Now we can move on to the other games, which I think so. We each get to pick one game, and we take turns like going through that.
Oh god.
So who wants to pick the first game?
I kind of had my eye on Homegrown. That looks like a cute one.
Ooh,
yeah.
that sounds
It's where
good.
we get to grow our food and our vegetables and whatnot in a little garden.
Yes.
Not only that, but when we play Homegrown, that also means that next time we play Wear and Tear, our cuisine rating gets to go up by 1.
Ooh,
Oh yeah,
Brilliant.
That's a good point.
You are strategizing.
And what's great about Homegrown is anyone can play this minigame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sarah, do you want to read the little opener text for this one?
Yes, of course. There's something special about using ingredients grown nearby. You might have laughed at that before, but you can really notice a difference when you're making the same dishes over and over again. You've got some room for plants and animals and plenty of magic and food scraps to spare. Why not try? Anyone can play. As a group, decide where your garden is or where you keep your animals. The space can be inside your tavern, but it can also just be somewhere relatively close if your characters can describe how to get there in a few sentences. Also, decide what you're growing or keeping. Are you doing a little bit of both? We do know that there's fertile farmland outside the city. It could be possible that we sort of took some of that dirt and made our
I
own
was
little
about to
planter.
say, just like one morning, Yvette just comes into the, like, has like a, like, took like all of your bags, emptied them out, left, didn't say a word.
Yes.
Came back like, let's say like 5 or 6 minutes later, they're all filled with dirt. And he goes into like the basement of the tavern. Like none of us use this space. And it just like lays out the dirt on the ground and looks at all of you and says, farm.
Perfect.
Why the basement? Why not the roof?
Actually,
We gotta go up.
So there's a strategy, Nathan. This is actually really interesting for growing rhubarb, where if you grow it completely in the dark, it tricks it into thinking that it's being grown in a different season, and it grows super, super fast, so quickly that you can actually hear it grow when you listen to it. It's called forcing. So you might put a bucket above the rhubarb or grow it in a completely dark area. So that would actually be a really great spot if we wanted to incorporate rhubarb into our dishes.
I can confirm this because when we were tearing up our front porch, I bring this story up every time Sarah mentions it. There's a giant fucking rhubarb just growing underneath our porch.
Yes. Jesus Christ.
Wait, it actually makes a sound.
And
Where do rhubarb?
Well, we didn't hear it, but it was just really big and leafy.
but I do agree also. I feel like the best decision is to split it. On the
Split the
roof
dirt.
is where we keep all the sun-drawn fruits and vegetables, and maybe that's also where we keep the animals.
Ooh.
Or on a higher level of the tavern. And then in the basement is where we keep all the root items like the mushrooms, the rhubarb, like the things that need to have like a moist and damp and dark environment to properly grow.
What kind of animals do we have?
Either way, I'm stealing your
Yeah.
bags for like
Can
a
we
whole
have-
day just to grab all the dirt.
A goat.
I was gonna say a goat. Can we go get a goat? Hey, Gogo and Dorkland spend the day acquiring a goat
Acquiring.
through some imps, right?
Oh, God.
I think that it's like, you know those like start with a paperclip, end with a plane kind of stories.
Mm-hmm.
We are just trading with imps all day. We trade away like what do we trade, Gogo?
I trade like 2 of my knives, maybe my old like costume kit.
And you want a goat for 2 knives and a costume kit.
Wow, what do you want? What do you want? You're not gonna give us a goat for 2 knives and a costume kit? That stuff's like that's liquid gold for adventurers.
I
take a
treasure
big
my
drag on
costumes
cigarette.
and my knives greatly, little one.
I'll throw in this moss. It's been with me. It's my rock. It's my lucky mossy stone. You can have it. I'll throw
Oh
in.
there! That moss is in such pristine condition.
Oh my
Who would
God.
not accept such a lovely gift?
I love moss.
I love moss too.
All right, as long as you sacrifice the goat, it's yours.
A sacrifice?
Eventually.
We can eventually sacrifice a goat.
Perfect. Mossy Rock is mine now.
Take it.
The deal is done.
It's done. Oh, I feel like we just got really swindled.
Haha, you didn't. It was a fair deal. I don't have enough power to do real swindle.
What's the goat look like?
The goat has 3 legs.
Oh, the goat has 3.
Oh
No, we can't kill it. No.
and it stares at you with big sad eyes.
Oh. Well,
And so literally every time you guys look at this goat when you come upstairs to get vegetables or get like collect like milk or something, it stares at you
no.
because it knows.
And like the
you
sound it
know
makes
knows.
is so gentle.
Oh,
Did we name the goat?
we should. What's the name of the goat, Sarah?
Dockland.
Dockland. We can't sacrifice the goat. It's named pretty much after me. You gave away the knives. There's no other way to get knives in this town. It has 3 legs. You can't do it. Look how cute it is.
Fear not, my small lizard friend. I have no intention of sacrificing this goat. We will take good care of it.
It just bawed twice. Like, what kind of goat does that?
It's slightly demonic.
The goat is slightly demonic in nature, but that is okay.
So we have a goat who we can get milk from to make cheese on the roof.
Yes.
And we can make
Yeah.
creams and butter and like all the good stuff.
So,
What's up? What's up?
farming is messy and gross and a far cry from the heroics of your adventuring days. As you work, there are quite a few unflattering incidents that occur. But at the end of the day, they're all something to laugh about together. Take turns sharing an embarrassing story that happened to you. Everyone playing should share at least one.
Granny Agnes is a very stern individual, like very no nonsense.
Yes.
And unfortunately, it's just, used to be very silent, or like actually used to be very agile. Still think she is. And I think trying to wrangle the goat one day, it got down. It either got up or down the stairs, depending on where it wasn't supposed to be. That's where it was. Granny Agnes was the only one in the tavern that day who was free to take care of it. And she couldn't move it an inch. It had 3 legs.
Yeah. Good stuff.
By the end of it, she starts talking to it like, now if you don't move, God damn, I will count. And by the time that I'm done counting, I'll have at least 3 needles with deadly nightshade ready to be stuck into your body. God damn it. That's the embarrassing thing that happened to Agnes. It was a whole day of
Yeah. That's good.
I think I have a good follow-up to that as an embarrassing one.
Yeah.
So I think maybe the following day, the goat finally like processes the threat and sort of like panics and like jumps off the roof and starts running away into town. So I think Gogo like heard the noise and like opened the door and just saw the goat like running away, and he's just like, the goat is escaping! I will give chase! And just like sprints down the road, but it makes one turn down an alley. He looks down there, it's gone.
No.
He doesn't know where it went. So he's just running around all town. He sees that it's up on some other roof somehow. He goes inside the building, reaches the top floor, it's gone. He looks down, the goat is on another roof.
This goat is a Skyrim glitch.
It's just a constant like Looney Tunes.
A little bit demonic.
The goat like seemingly teleports.
Yeah.
Hey, goat tracking! I got a little magical berry that lets you track a goat. Does anybody want one? Anybody have a goat needs tracking? Hey, you over there!
A magic goat tracking berry, you say?
Yeah, I got one right here. Yeah, I'm selling goat berries over here.
I'll be right down, good sir.
Good. Hey, I got a customer.
It's the same dude
And
who
I
sold
am that
the goat.
customer.
Yeah. Now, these goat tracking berries, they don't come cheap, all right? So you better make me an offer that's worth this goat tracking berry, because I know you got a goat got lost.
I can tell you a tale of majesty, of bravery, of heart-wrenching suspense.
Market price is 2 daggers and a costume right now, plus a moss rock.
A story could maybe be the equivalent of like one moss rock, but you gotta make it worth my while. That goat's probably getting very far from here now. You know how goats are.
Holy shit, is that a fucking goat? It's going wild over here.
Okay, story's fine. Let's go.
There once was a dragon that lived on a mighty mountain, taller than the very heavens themselves. A weary adventurer climbed that very mountain with one goal in mind, to kill this dragon and bring back proof of its demise to his home village.
Holy fuck.
To ensure its safety. He reaches the top of the mountain, but there is no dragon. It's already dead.
Mom, I'm scared.
In its place,
walking there.
a cow.
What the fuck?
Mom, I'm not scared anymore.
And not just any cow. It is the demon lord.
Hey, it really feels like you're
Festus.
making this up on the top of your head, but I really
From the
appreciate
deepest layer of
improvisation.
Tartarus.
Mom, I'm scared again.
That was a pretty fucking compelling story. All right, there you go. Goatberry, all yours.
Time to catch that goat.
And Gogo catches the goat using the power of the goat berry. And that's the embarrassing thing that happened to Gogo.
He comes back like covered in dirt.
I think on one early day, one of the days that Yvette had successfully predicted random snowfall, he's in the basement working with a lot of the root vegetables when suddenly there's a creak behind him, and one of the giant stalks of rhubarb has sort of like just kind of pushed him into the ground.
Yes.
And he isn't a very strong guy.
No.
So he just like slowly starts sinking. He's having a great time, but he can't get up.
Just entombed in dirt.
So like he went down. So like for you guys' point of view, he went downstairs in the morning and was like, I'm gonna go check the crops, and then just didn't come upstairs. And then when it finally is like late in the afternoon, it's like, okay, we're probably gonna go check. And you just see, not only is he just completely like being held into the dirt, but the worms have decided to just kind of hang out on his back. And so he just
a horror.
It's definitely a question of like whether you guys actually want to go near the worms and get him out from under the thing, but
Absolutely not. he can stay there until he's done in the dirt.
yeah, you guys know him. He's like, I love the dirt, like, but like he just can't get up right now. It's fine.
Yeah,
Crushed.
I think Granny Agnes just puts like a little handbell next to it, like within hand's reach, and be like, "When you're ready, darling." You're not dead, are you?
Is there a dead body down there?
Not yet.
Okay. If he does die, just bury him. I don't want to deal with it.
Is anyone in need of
fantastic.
assistance?
I look down at the bell. Are you in need of assistance?
Can't reach the bell.
Granny Agnes put it a bit too far away.
Yeah.
You thought at first that he was like scrunching his arms up just to kind of be comfortable, but no, that's as far as his arms go.
I think Yvette is dying.
This will be a great and funny memory in the coming days.
Fear not. I will lift it up and rescue you.
Wait, watch your head. Watch your head when you go down the stairs, Oka. Oh, no. I've fixed that 7 times already.
I'll get the first aid kit once again.
I need to go
I
get
have a shovel.
I have so many bumps on my head.
Are we gonna bury him yet?
Yeah, I'm
Honestly,
gonna
we're
go
mostly done.
And I'm gonna try to get you out and just fucking lift up like, all of that.
There's
Just,
like an
let you
indent
roll.
in the dirt
Yeah.
where his body is
The
laid
cellar's
out.
only like 5.5 feet tall.
Oh my god.
He's a sorry boy.
Very good. What's
Forgive me for-
Bethel's moment here?
So I actually am quite hands off about the plants. So I was up there hanging out with a goat because the goat's the goat, and I saw that there was this odd vegetable, and I'm like, oh, I did not know that we made those. So I pick it, and it was a like some kind of mushroom-looking thing. And I was like, this looks delicious. I'm going to cook it. So I go downstairs and try to cook it, and it all of a sudden dissolves.
Oh.
And the powder gave me diarrhea.
Oh
Just
my
in the tavern, the second you put it into your mouth, it was like, nope.
my God.
Bethel, you didn't touch my herb garden, did you? You didn't. I grow poisons up there.
What? Why would you grow poison?
Force of habit at this point, really.
I thought we agreed to put a clear sign for your herbs.
Oh, there was the sign, but I took it down last night because I was trying to stalk the bugs. I was trying to catch them in the midnight air, and the sign was getting in the way. It was like too luminescent, and so I took it out. I just threw it off the roof.
I carved that myself. I paid very careful attention to the shading and detail.
It looked beautiful as it tumbled towards the earth.
The skull and crossbones took me 4 hours.
That's you. I think you could do well. Here, it's now a project, and you can do it again, but better. Do it again, but less shitty. Like as
I
in,
don't
like,
have
take
a
less
reference
time.
anymore. We left that skull got sold to the tourist last week after we said it was from Ragnar the Destroyer.
Granny Agnes, do you have another skull? We need another skull, Granny.
I'll look in my collection and see what I have. But have you been a good little kobold?
I think so. I've not eaten. I've not chewed on anything recently. All the table legs are in good condition.
Granny, make it stop! It hurts!
I do provide the antidote to Bethel.
Yeah.
I do not go in my quarters for the next skull and crossbones. I go out and then I come back with them.
Amazing.
Oh my God.
Good.
Yeah.
I think for mine, I imagine that Okra built the like planters for the little vegetable garden area, and I imagine that we don't have a lot of money at this point or a lot of bartered objects, and so I'm really working with what I can get. I think there's these weird like purple trees, and I found some super fucking discount lumber, and I built the planters out of that, and so it's the very first harvest, and there's some beets that are ready, and so I'm like, well, I better quality test it. I try one of the beets, and then I find in like a matter of 2 hours I have turned purple, and so I go over to my friends and I'm like, compatriots, there may be a problem with our harvest.
Did you paint yourself?
No.
It looks great.
Thank you. I know it looks great, but
someone
it's the result
looks a
of
little
this.
blue.
It's purple, idiot.
Well, I
dye
suppose it's a bit of
from?
an indigo.
You know that I sell dye.
Nevertheless,
Yes.
the food that we are to give to our customers has this effect.
It's
so
a
what
feature.
shall we do?
It's a
shall we
feature.
market it as a feature, or
I can sell this.
are you certain?
I guarantee beyond a shadow of a doubt, the people will eat this up as if it's scrumptious little breakfast treats.
Well, it was
Especially if
scrumptious.
I'm in charge of cooking it.
Yvette points to Dorklin's like, did you mess with my crops?
Me? I would never mess with a crop.
Mm-hmm.
It was all the wood. It was out of my hands. The wood. Okra. Okra said it themselves. It's the wood. Right? You said that, right? Right, Okra.
No, but the wood is purple, and so it does seem like a reasonable conclusion to draw.
Reasonable. Completely reasonable.
Nevertheless, perhaps we ought to call it purple making beets, and perhaps it will be fine.
No, maybe we can plan a party, and it's called Violet Wednesday.
Oh,
I'll
that
get on
makes
it.
sense.
I like that.
Post haste.
A lot of people would pay a lot to sample purple beet soup.
Who doesn't want to be purple at least once in their life?
I'll get to work on an antidote.
My nose is kind of purple already.
I want Dorklin's embarrassing moment to be running into the streets. He has flyers at the ready for what was the name?
Violet Wednesday?
Violet
Not the
Wednesday.
embarrassing thing.
I start throwing them from the walkways, running around, screeching, "Violet Wednesday at the Dragon's Trap. Come by this evening. It's gonna be a banger, a block party. You best be there, folks. That night, no one shows up. Nobody shows up. So it's just Dorkland on the roof with the goat. Some great music blaring. The scene is set. It's a fantastic little party. No one comes. It's just alone. That's it. That's the embarrassing moment. It's happy after, but in the moment it's very sad.
Would it make you feel better if we were all purple?
If we were all purple, I would be a bit happier, yes.
Good thing I prepared lots of beet soup.
Yay.
Yes, there certainly is an abundance of it, given the limited audience.
Wow, I do feel like Barney. Get it? Because I'm an owl.
Dockland's purple.
What's Barney?
Who fed the goat?
Who's Barney? You always talk about Barney.
Is that fellow who came into town? He had a very large bag.
I know of Barney. They're legendary.
Isn't that the great adventurer that all the legends are about?
Yes,
The
and all
Ballad
the
of
legends
Barney's
are true.
Big Bag.
Barney's big bag.
Okay,
how
which
when
one
I
of
was
you
a
fed
young
the goat soup?
Is that it for this game?
Is that
No,
it?
we also get to
what's
harvest.
next?
Okay.
That isn't anything that we play out, but it just says your hard work pays off. During the next time you play Wear and Tear, your cuisine rating goes up by 1 in addition to the upgrade you pick for Wear and Tear. What kind of dishes can you now make that you weren't able to before?
Purple beet.
Purple beet soup.
And lots of
beet
goat
soup that turns you
products.
purple.
And lots of
goat
stuff. Yeah.
Goat cheese,
Like goat
milk,
cheeses.
goat cream,
You could make a
goat
lot
yogurt.
with milk.
We brand it like as infernal goat cheese.
Oh yeah.
Infernal goat cheese.
Infernal goat
Writing
cheese.
that down.
This will melt your ass off.
Don't say that.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Listen, I'm just a product manager. You throw things out there, you spitball, and some things stick and some things are bad, and we ignore them.
I can tell that you used to live out in the woods a lot.
Jumbo rhubarb pie.
Oh yeah, gotta have jumbo rhubarb pie.
Okay.
Oh, lovely.
So that's 2 games down in an hour.
That's why I asked, like, how long did the game
I mean, here's the best thing about this game. The length of it is what we decided to be.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So what do we want to do next?
So Sarah chose that game. So which order do we want to go in for the next game?
Yeah.
Does it have to be Wear and Tear, or is that after
Wear and
this one?
Tear. Wear and Tear can happen whenever we decide, or after 3 games.
After 3 games.
2 or 3 games.
Yeah.
I was looking at Sliced.
Yes.
Which is the fun part. This is where we start cooking with monster parts.
Ooh.
Yes. You can handle typical tavern food fine. You've got a very nice stew, great bread from a baker down the street, and plenty of ale, but sometimes supply routes get disrupted. Maybe you just want to stand out from the rest of the taverns. Whatever the reason, you're playing this game because you want or need to do one thing: cook with monster parts.
Oh boy.
Card game.
Yes, this is going to use our cards. So the setup, cook. To determine what ingredients are at the core of your dish, draw 3 cards from a standard deck. For each card drawn, roll 2 6-sided dice to determine how large the ingredient source is and where it's from. And then you can interpret the card based on suit and rank.
Oh my god.
Each other player will then describe the ingredient in more detail and tell you a highlight of this ingredient or a difficulty you may have while cooking it.
Cool.
Your character is a component cook. Just remember how you get around an ingredient difficulty, or you may be criticized for it at the end of the game.
All right.
Basically, like, my idea, the reason I picked this game is like, oh, what if this is very similar to like preparing blowfish?
Yes.
Like, and this is like a point of pride for Granny Agnes, as she is like, you know, she used to work with poisons a lot. Now she is trying to create a dish that isn't poisonous unless you fuck it up.
Fuck yes. So is this like you having like a little teaching seminar, gathering the kitchen staff and being like, all right, everyone, this is how you prepare the...
I think there's like a hottie who comes in while Agnes is working the bar.
Oh dear.
And like, who talks about like exotic foods, and Agnes is like, oh, you want exotic? I'll show you exotic.
Not as a flirty thing, as a threat.
And then we fade to black.
to the hottie's funeral was not successful.
Okay, 3 cards though.
3 cards. I have got so for each card drawn, I have the 5 of spades. I'll roll 2d6 for it. It is a house size.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
And the locale is a snowy region.
Perfect.
Ooh. Okay. So upon reading here, it looks like spades are plants and plant-based products.
Oh my god.
So a house-sized plant product from a snowy region.
And for the number, one of the features is exoskeleton.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Fuck. All right. I guess we're doing this again. Spooky shit.
Yeah, so I think with that, it is probably like what's called an overgrown treant, where in order to like protect a treant themselves, a treant will like create layers upon layers of bark and like get this huge bulk that is near impenetrable armor, but that causes the core inside to sweeten.
That lovely Cambrium.
Yeah.
Get that.
Slurp down that photosynthesized, delicious tree blood. Next card, the 7 of diamonds.
Oh boy.
So crushed mineral.
So this is also a snowy region,
Okay.
but the size is giant.
Oh my god.
Perfect.
And diamonds are seasonings.
Ooh.
And 7 is natural camouflage.
It's a naturally camouflaged seasoning.
It looks like wait, what was the size again?
It's huge. It just looks like
It's giant.
It just looks like snow. It just looks like a
So-
snowbank.
Yeah, it literally just looks like a snowbank, but then when you get closer, there's like a slight aroma to it, and then it's like, I imagine like a dandelion
It's like
top,
a
like
fungus.
It's a salt elemental,
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Ooh, oh my god.
or at least that's my interpretation. Like if it's diamonds are like seasonings, crushed minerals, and stuff like that, it is like a rock salt elemental. I think.
Okay.
Giant sized, because that's necessary for a big old like spice elemental. And then
I think a difficulty with this ingredient would be because it's such a large amount or like a high concentration of salt, it could dry up a dish pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah. Potent.
It's a very potent salt.
Potent. What's our final ingredient?
the 10 of spades, or the 10 of spades.
So it's another plant.
Yeah, I've decided that Agnes is a vegan.
But it's shiny.
Rip that heart stew from the beginning. That was an older time.
She didn't eat it. She can still cook with it.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yep. All right, that is good news. It's only person sized.
Oh,
Thank God.
But the locale is a forest.
Ooh.
I imagine for this item, it might have been like I think we were working on something else that day, but you just kind of like happened upon it, like this like shiny like thing that was like almost your height, but like it's like a I'm trying to think
What
of
is it, Nathan?
the right word for it.
I think it is. Oh, it's a pseudo tree. These try to take on the appearances of trees, but they're essentially mimics with a very limited capability.
Giant shiny broccoli.
It is a big broccoli tree. It's a human-sized broccoli tree. And it's like, I am a tree. Do not look further, but it's really absolutely not. And it's super shiny. It's like a shiny copper broccoli.
Nice.
So one feature could be that it caramelizes really nicely because there's a lot of different surface area with all of the little leafy foliage and branches. So when you cook it at like a nice high temperature and just get it nice and brown, that Maillard reaction just really makes it good.
Yeah.
You're making me hungry.
Yeah, I think like that's the thing. No matter what it turns into, it's going to be bioluminescent in the dark, and that's what makes it shiny. But now that I have all of the ingredients picked out, we have so we now know what they are. Each other player will then describe the ingredient in more detail and tell you a highlight of this ingredient or a difficulty you may have while cooking it. Your character is a competent cook. Just remember how you get around an ingredient difficulty, or you may be criticized for it. So how about we go ahead and do that bit now where you all can like, I've said the monsters that I have to go after, but like I feel like you all could tell me what parts I'm using or how they're used.
Well, one reason that the tree ant might be especially dangerous unless cooked in a specific way is because it grows several different layers of bark, right? Over and over. What if only one specific layer is safe to eat?
Oh, yes.
And you have to know exactly which one. It's like, oh, it's the 5th layer of bark around a tree ant. So you have to very carefully strip the other layers of bark and make sure you're just getting that one really delicious protective one.
The scrumptious little cambrium, right? You gotta get in there, get it. It's delicious, it's tender. It'll really like liven up, and it has this beautiful, unique flavor, unknown, unparalleled amongst others, and it just brightens everything up. But if you get a wrong one, it'll just fucking kill you.
What's
Cambrium is part of a tree. It's where the inside section ends and the outside section begins. It's like this very thin layer of cells where everything is coming out from. Sorry, it's just an actual part of a tree that you.
I thought that was a font.
People actually eat it, and it's tasty.
I think another good thing about that ingredient is once you manage to get that piece out and you start cooking it, like the sappy juices like leak out from it, and it stews in that its own sap, so it creates like a nice mixture of unique flavors.
I think the way that Agnes gets around this particular issue, or maybe I'm not actually getting there yet. No, it's cooking the dish, I think, is when I need to actually overcome something, I assume, or overcoming the difficulties. Let me know if I'm reading this section correctly.
Yeah, so you haven't started cooking the dish yet. You haven't started cooking these ingredients yet.
We're still in the process of describing them.
Correct.
Yeah.
Stew on it, give it some brain simmering.
Stew on it.
Yes. As for the second one, which is that salt elemental.
Yeah, I already said my difficulty for this one is that
potent.
It's potent. It can dry a dish up pretty quickly if used too much.
Yeah.
But I think one of the plus sides is because it is salt elemental. If you like are able to get like a chip on it, it kind of like, I don't know, it's not like it dissolves, but it sort of like breaks up, like, you know how like erosion like by water, like sometimes the side of the thing just kind of like falls off.
Yeah. It's just really easy to chip at. So like,
yeah, you can like chip like an outer layer, not even like let the elemental be aware that you just did that, and then you like run away with it.
So like, if you get a little bit, you get a lot of it, and like you have a for someone like Agnes, you have like a near infinite supply of elemental salt.
And this, I'm trying to figure out like what the actual, like, I know it's a plant mimic, but like, what is the deal? What am I getting here? Or like, what's the difficulty?
With the pseudo tree?
Yeah, the pseudo tree,
It can blind you.
Its
so
surface
shiny.
is so bright.
That's what I meant. Like, it's not gonna poke your eyes out.
Its fingers go like, wah, and hit you in the eye.
It's like looking at a solar eclipse.
Yes.
You have to have like protective gear with you while you're cooking with it.
God,
basically.
Yeah.
And I think like Sarah, you already mentioned the highlight of like that beautiful taste that you can just extract.
Absolutely.
So how do you conquer these, Nathan? How does Granny Agnes deal with these monumental tasks?
The first things first is another thing for you all, because I need some tasters.
As we, the tasters, we have to test these new dishes. So we each have to come up with something that we want from these dishes. What are we looking for when we taste them?
And it's all one dish, so all of these things work together.
They go together.
And are these your player characters, or are you just playing some random NPCs or like hot shots?
It could be you are a test group for the new dish, the player characters, a small group of trusted regulars, or a handful of strangers at a big tasting event. So it could be any. It could be.
What if we're all imps?
We're all imps.
We're all imps. Let's all be imps.
We're done working for the day, hard at work on the streets, and we're here to get some tasty, tasty food.
The hottie was like a devil, like a succubus or an incubus. Like that's the problem. And so I needed to make this for devils.
What's the imps are from?
I want it to be so fucking spicy. I want it to be the spiciest shit I've ever fucking had. I want to eat a spicy food.
I wanted to keep me full for the rest of the week. I don't want to have to eat. I don't have enough to like trade for the more food. I need it to keep me full for as long as possible. I need it to be filling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need something a little refreshing, you know? I don't want anything too heavy.
What?
But you know, it's gotta taste good.
It's gotta be filling. It's gotta be filling,
light,
but not
filling, spicy, taste good,
refreshing, taste
I
good.
want to bite into this thing and go into another dimension.
I want
I need some
across
real
the
actual
universe.
I want it to remind me of my mama. I miss my mama. She's gone now.
Oh, Clarence, you can't make me cry at a nice dinner table with this.
Not like
good
I want a dish that's gonna make me feel like a brand new fucking him.
I think I've got enough.
You don't need some more? I mean, keep going.
I've got spicy, filling, refreshing. It needs to take me to a whole new dimension. It needs to remind them of their mama. It's gotta be filling. It's gotta be all right.
It's gotta be light.
I don't
and
know
filling.
why I started mimicking all of you. Okay. Cooking the dish.
Yes.
Roll a number of dice equal to 4 plus your cuisine rating. Place the dice on the following squares. Follow the prompts that correspond to the numbers that were placed.
Oh golly.
Oh boy.
So you get to roll 5 dice because our cuisine is a scrumptious one.
Well, only when we play Wear and Tear does our
Yeah.
cuisine rating go up.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh,
So we
so
only have
4.
No,
4
it's
plus
1
1.
plus.
Yeah. 4 plus
Oh, we already
1.
have 1.
Oh yeah, 5.
I will
Got it.
smite
Yeah.
you. I will
My
smite you into
brain.
the dirt, you little duller.
You're not allowed to smite the
sorry.
birthday boy.
Sorry, I'm not a paladin. You're
Smite
right.
the birthday
I can't
boy.
smite the birthday boy.
I can
Sarah,
smite
can you
birthday
smite the
boy.
birthday boy?
Of course I
Okay.
can smite the birthday boy.
Oh,
In the name of Stivus.
God. Okay.
So the way that this is resolved is that there is a table with 4 separate squares.
Yes.
I have just rolled my 5d6. On each of these squares, we have the goal, the seasoning, the presentation, and the texture. So I got a 4, 2 5s, and a 6.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This is fucking great.
Yes. So I'm going to put the 4 on the presentation,
Ooh, yes.
5 on the seasoning, a 5 on the goal, and then the 6 on the texture.
Ooh.
Oh.
So, first off, I'll go with the goal. You succeed. A taster gives you a compliment. I think the dish itself, like, I have all these ingredients.
Yeah.
I have now put together. Sarah, I actually will probably need your help figuring out what this should be. But I was thinking, like, all of this is accoutrement on top of, like, a regular meat, I think, you know? Because all of my ingredients are, like, herbs and, like, minerals and whatnot, or seasonings. It's all stuff, like, that you add on.
What if you made like a puree of some kind? Because you sort of have that creamy consistency from the tree ant. You can add like a little bit of texture from the pseudo tree, and then the salt just like really balances it out. And then you can serve that either on top of, or as the really fancy places plate it, directly below your meat dish.
That's exactly what I do. I think the meat dish, in this case, for the imps, you know what I got them? This isn't from ours, don't worry, but I was able to find a really good goat leg on the market. And so it's going to be goat is like the main meat.
You say it's not part of our goat, but we don't know where their fourth
There
leg
is a missing leg.
Docklands now has 2 legs. No.
I didn't. All I'm saying is the goat still has 3 legs, whether this is their leg or not.
Let's see if it matches.
So, walk us through, Nathan.
You all are
are
sitting at this bar, and glittering above you, is like a very fine, holy Avenger blade, as demarked on the plaque.
Yes.
It's.
I feel like that's insulting.
Probably. We're still tier 1.
Yeah, we're imps. I feel like that's insulting a little bit.
Ooh,
We're
yeah.
too small for us to care about optics just yet. But there's that glittering above you, and so already it's off to a bad start. And then I come out, and it's a very long plate, because like the leg itself has almost, it seems, been covered in this like beautiful shimmering puree that still glows as it's covering the meat. And I think that's all I'll say for now, because then there might be other details that I want to add on, or we can add on as we go through the little table that we have here.
Oh, this goat is so fucking lovely looking. I want to eat 18 of these things. You got more?
One, but it's already been marked for sacrifice, I'm afraid. And so it can't be used as food.
I'm just gonna eat all of this one then.
No, you can't eat all of it. I need to eat it.
I want to eat the whole thing.
I need to eat it too.
But I want to eat it.
Give it to
All right.
me.
The seasoning.
Yes.
What pleasant memory does the taste of this dish evoke?
Oh, this is
answer,
Carla. Come
one
on.
Taster answers.
This is all Carla.
It's spicy as fuck, by the way.
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this food is so tasty. It reminds me of the time when my mom was like falling into the lava. Don't worry. It's fine. She swims in lava. But anyway.
We're imps. We all swim in lava. Why'd you have to say that?
It tingles on the skin.
I just wanted to make sure Granny does not feel bad about my mom who was in the lava.
And was alive.
I don't think she cares.
Oh, is your mother alive the whole time?
No,
That really recontextualizes the thing you said earlier.
No, my mom is dead now. But I'm
Died.
talking
But
about
not because of the lava.
She actually drowned in the lava. No, I'm the cook. I can't. The lava didn't burn her. She just couldn't swim. It's a mess.
I remember this time when she fished something in the lava, and she made some very tasty food out of it. She fed me. She fed me after she swam in the lava. Oh, the spice! Oh, so nice.
Yeah, it kind of tastes like tilapia.
Yeah.
For the
Tilapia.
presentation. For a 3 to a 4, the dish looks pretty good. Everything is right where it needs to be. The cook player describes one flourish they are proud of.
What is you proud of?
And what are you proud of?
What? Wait.
What is you proud in your life,
Are
Granny?
you proud of it?
Look at that little
Granny.
flourish on the plate. Tell me about it.
Interview.
There's a lot going on here on this dish.
We need the details.
I need to know.
I'm imagining us as like a panel of judges on a cooking show.
Yeah, and she's
But like,
also
we're
like,
like really
she hasn't.
aggressive.
Also, Granny Agnes, stone cold, has
And-
not really like.
The rest of the
60
adventurers behind the kitchen doors, watching through the little porthole windows, like, oh my god, I hope it goes well.
I'm lifting up Yvette so that he can see.
That's so cute. The flourish is you know what? I was ready for anything. And so I had like a leftover trinket from an old adventure, something that I'm not going to use anymore. It's a consumable that like you hold on to for the final boss and you don't use it. As you take a bite that is like primarily puree, there is a little bit of extra where it does take each imp briefly to another dimension. And so when they bite it, their vision goes like kaleidoscopic for a moment. They see like a group of 6 people all sitting like at desks, looking
look
at
at
computers.
those fucking nerds.
And then they go right back into the.
Oh.
That is what makes the presentation a little bit different.
Felt like I was in another place entirely.
Wow, like
What was that?
It does what it said you
You
said,
said
it
it would do that. We asked.
It did
the
the thing.
You did it. You did it. You did the thing.
The thing was
What
done.
are you, a witch?
Some might say.
Would you
and
say?
Finally,
I can see
Who
my mom.
says? Not I.
She wants me to come to her.
Oh my god, are you okay? Why are you tears in your eyes?
Clarence, what did I tell you about crying at the table?
Hey, you're an apothecary. Can you set Clarence up with something or like something to help out? He's been like really under with all this stuff, like really
Yeah,
down.
why is Clarence crying? Why did you make Clarence cry?
I miss you,
With the
Mom.
delicious food.
And we came here to eat food and you make Clarence cry.
We came in to get food.
Yeah, we wanted to eat, and now there's tears in the puree. The
tears in the
salt balance
food.
is off.
It's so well
there's-
seasoned.
Granny Agnes reaches into her mouth, and she pulls out a false tooth,
Oh,
uncorks it, and then like adds it to what was the name? What was the Clarence? Adds it to Clarence's drink. Just that should erase your memory of the past 1 minute. So you will forget that your mother called to you, but you will no longer hear her siren song begging you into the abyss. Now I'd like to talk about the texture of the dish, because that's the last thing.
Really, this is hardcore.
Yeah, on a 6, a bite that melts in your mouth, the perfect bit of crunch.
Ooh.
The dish is a sensory delight.
Oof.
Cook player, describe what the most difficult part of achieving this was. The most difficult part was getting all of the bits down to a manageable size, because I had to have a lot of the actual stuff. So I think the hardest part was recovering all of these ingredients, which all of my friends who worked at the tavern helped with. I am an old lady. I can't bring back a house-sized rock element or a salt elemental.
Or a giant-sized tree.
Yeah, no. So all of my friends helped me achieve the texture that is brought together by like the sweet deliciousness of like the what is it, the cambrium, the like that little bit of salty taste, like a little bit of grit there, like as you're taking the final bite, but it doesn't taste like you're eating sand. You know,
the dish was made with love and friendship.
And we zoom out on all the rest of the tavern owners in the back of the restaurant, and we're all just bandaged to fuck from our like, journey out. Yeah.
All right, resolve the prompts. If any characters loved the dish, you may make one of them a permanent named NPC.
Clarence.
I mean,
Clarence.
Gotta be Clarence.
Gotta be Clarence.
I love you, Clarence.
Yeah, I think I may have given Clarence too much, and now Clarence can't remember why they're here in the first place.
But only for a minute, and then they're going to remember and start crying again.
Then they're gonna start crying about their mom again.
Yeah, forgets that the food does this, but takes a bite of the food, remembers.
Counts the food until they run out of one thing.
All the other imps were like, "Oh, we're done the meal." And they look at Clarence and they're like, "We gotta go, man. Like you
gotta be here all night.
Are you gonna be all right here?" This seems like an episode of The Twilight Zone.
Yeah. That's good.
This is a character backstory and Tails gets trolled.
Yeah.
I'm crying.
Okay.
All right, that's it for Sliced.
Perfect. If I'm not mistaken, that was 3. So now it is time for the one, the only. It's wear and tear.
Ooh.
I'll read this one. There's always something to fix or clean or pay off. After playing this game, you may increase one of your tavern ratings by 1. The setup. Anyone can play. As a group, decide what part or parts of the tavern need fixing and touching up, and what the new features of the tavern are.
Well, right now it's just like a cramped little house, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we want to find some way to expand it somehow?
I think that's smart.
That would be a good idea. Improve our lodgings, maybe, or actually get some lodgings.
Yeah, we don't have any good lodgings yet.
We build upper floors and get brand new beds for them. So people can stay here now. People can come to the trap. They can drink to their heart's content, hang out at all the parties, have their memories freed. Like Clarence, he comes by every single night now, just to get a jog of
We love a regular.
We love the regulars.
Always crying though. Always in tears.
Really
That's
bring
Clarence.
the atmosphere down. So we put another floor on the place. We put some nice beds in there. Okra, I'm sure you can take care of that. You're great at this.
Of course.
Second, we put a plaque on Clarence's seat so that no one takes it. Because yesterday, Clarence came in, someone was sitting in the seat. It was my problem. I don't want to have to deal with that. I have parties to plan, folks.
You know that Clarence can't remember that there are other chairs. Clarence can only remember their chair.
Yes, the entire rest of the tavern was empty, but Clarence still couldn't sit there.
It was honestly entertaining. I don't know why you had to... Anyways, we should get started on expansion.
Yes.
I think Okra's already got like a hammer and some wood in their arms and just like plunks it down on the floor of the tavern and is like, let's get started!
I can help you out.
By all means, grab that plank of wood over there. And it's just like so fucking heavy.
I carry it and then I turn around and accidentally hit someone in the face.
You're still holding the plank of wood, but I like lift you up under one of my arms, so I'm carrying the plank, one of the planks in mine, and then you carrying the plank in my other. I start heading upstairs.
I think that for the sanctity of our wonderful friendship and building this wonderful tavern together, decides to go against his nature and clean the windows.
Oh my gosh.
On all over the tavern to make them shine.
Amazing.
And then to cleanse his soul, he then goes and lays in the dirt in the basement again.
So for the game, we can pick from a few different prompts together.
Or come up with your own.
Oh, it does? Oh,
yeah.
You're exactly right.
Everyone has to pick one.
And we all have to work together. That is the key thing, is that it is not a solo thing.
I mean, we all just help one another carry these nice boards up. We work together in assembling the plumage of our new beds. Are they feather beds, or do we just get normal beds? I just want to upgrade the
cotton beds.
Cotton beds. I just want to upgrade the atmosphere of this place, you know?
Atmosphere really carries the show.
Exactly.
Especially if it's going to be a Hard Rock Cafe.
So how do we all work together? I mean, Okra and Bethel, obviously working together very easily.
I think the struggles of a hard day's work, everyone needs a boost.
Oh.
So Go prepare some energizing mushroom sauté using specially picked mushrooms from our basement that are designed to give you that jolt of energy. Quite literally.
I think that Dorkland, knowing the frailty of the kobold form, understanding the limitations of mortal tethers, knows that Dorkland can do shit all to actually help with the construction. But you know what is sorely needed? The thing that brings everyone together when you're doing a construction project, when you're doing some renos, something to listen to, a nice, beautiful poem or lovely ballad shouted at the top of...
Beautiful.
And so Dorkland will follow around hot on the heels of everyone working. They can do nothing to stop him because their hands are busy putting up boards, assembling walls, the labors of construction, and will say, "On yonder days, the daisies did so sink down deep into the ground. Goats did baa and Clarence did cry. For here at the Dragon's Trap, we
Are you looking for a rhyme?
I don't know how to
give
rhyme.
You a start off? Try this. Here, start off with, there once was a man from Nantucket.
There once was a man from
Don't
Nantucket.
do that one.
Okay, what do I do then? Okra, you master of rhymes.
Not really.
Oh, well, you seem to know a bit more than...
Just start with 2 words that go together and then make everything else. Just retrofit it.
All right, totally. I'll make it work. The Dragon's Trap. I wear a hat.
It's a slant rhyme.
It's slant, yes. The walls did rise... just like the pies down in the kitchen.
Impressive. They do rise.
That cooking is bitchin'.
Oh, that was a real one. That was an actual rhyme. Congratulations.
I like that you sweared.
I didn't know kobolds could sweat this much.
Your effort is an inspiration to us all. As I, like, old lady, am, like, having to lift a mattress, like, flipping it up the stairs.
Yeah.
Also, if there's things that we need to throw away, I can probably sell them too, so you can just put it in the corner over there.
Oh, so we're like recuperating our construction costs because Bethel's selling all our shit.
Incredible.
Bethel, what are you selling?
I'm a smart businesswoman.
Bethel, what are you selling while we renovate to raise funds for our construction efforts?
mattresses to entice you, blankets to warm you friggin' up.
We're selling our own lodging.
Oh, it's frigid out here. The snow just started from. No, I'll take 7 blankets right now. They're wool, right? Nice woolen blankets.
Don't worry. I have some feathers that are going to shed soon.
Oh,
I'm making blankets for us all.
I see. I with my delightful cart full of building supplies. I'll trade you some cement and mortar and some buckets for those blankets.
We could definitely use a bucket or two.
2 buckets, yours, for the price of those blankets. Please give them to me. I'm gonna freeze.
Okay, can you deliver it over there? Because I can't carry all of it.
What do you want?
I've got it! Thump, 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 as I come down the stairs. Ow!
They've got it.
I have 18 bumps on my head now. The worst part is that they don't go away.
New record.
They just keep growing.
You have a mountain range up there on your head.
Wow. I think at the end of one of the days, similar to like trying to lift spirits.
Yeah.
Yvette has been secretly training the goat.
Oh my
to
god.
do
Oh
tricks.
my god.
Oh my god.
And so one evening when everyone is like downstairs and getting some dinner in their body, Yvette just kind of come downstairs and the goat's just kind of like standing next to him. And he says, "Welcome to the show. This is Dockland. For our first trick, Dockland, speak."
Hello. Oh.
What? Oh.
No, that was sorry.
Holy fuck.
I really flew off the handle on that one. My apologies. Sorry. Carry on with the show. Didn't mean to heckle.
Dockland, you sound so much like your namesake.
And I think, as we previously learned of their great magical teleporting, I have taught them to teleport to certain places so that they don't run away again.
Oh, because we're under construction, there's no way to keep the goat corralled in the top floor anymore. So, like, you gotta have, like...
There've probably been so many little chasing.
The
Exactly.
goatberry
So, like-
merchant has not shown up in quite some time, so I'm afraid if the goat escapes, we may never find it again.
So, like, Yvette, like, claps his hands, and the goat disappears.
Mhm.
And there's a moment of panic, and then
Bring the
and then he
goat
reappears,
back.
and he has a hat on. We don't know where the hat came from, and we'll never know where the hat came from.
Incredible.
I've taught the goat to steal.
No, don't become like me. It's a tiring life.
I think, Granny Agnes is helping Okra primarily with, like, just because Okra is the only one with any sort of muscle mass. We all decided to make a bunch of nerds.
Tradition.
Yeah,
Why
right?
is
Tradition.
I'm just big because of my fur.
Feathers.
Or not my fur.
You're not a mammal.
Feathers. Because of my
but I
feathers.
was just going to say,
but I'm thin inside.
like, one of the prompts is, like, we use our experiences together.
Yes.
And what I was thinking of is, like, I cannot help much in terms of, like, any handiwork or anything like that. But I do have, from my rogue experience, the sixth sense, which means nothing can surprise me, which I take as, like, oh, every morning there is a plan, like the exact amount of, like, supplies are laid out. And once we finish up with that, then we have completed our stuff for the day. But it is always exactly what we need, nothing more.
Amazing.
But I don't know, like, that's
No
what I'm
surprises.
offering. I don't know what Okra would like to,
Perfect
what
planning.
experience you would like to use.
I'll probably be, like, maybe what we're doing is we're, like, carving door plates, and I kind of like the idea that we've themed all of the rooms after different adventurers. Like, it's like, oh, you're going to be staying in the Grognock room.
Grognock.
I love that we all just go immediately for Conan the Barbarian names instead of any other, like...
It's so much good.
And so I think it's like, Maybe like we're using these resources and I'm like dutifully like carving out and shading these ones, and I'm sort of asking you about your own like rogue experiences to get some inspiration for people we can name these door plates after. And I'm like, very well. What did you say it had instead of a head?
Well, it really depends on the way you think of it. But I guess you could
that
say
makes sense.
On the end of its neck.
So give me a reference point here.
Have you ever been to the ocean?
Yes, many times.
Do you know what a horseshoe crab looks like?
I think so.
At the end of the neck, it was just a horseshoe crab. Not the horse. That's what I'm saying. Is it a head or is it its own thing?
Oh, I see. So is the individual stored in the crab, or is the crab an addition to the individual?
And, you know, if you lose the individual, but then put the crab on another thing, is it still the same crab, or is it like a Theseus? Anyways, yes, that is the crab Theseus. That's that story.
Oh my god.
Crab Theseus. So this could be the crab Theseus room, then.
Yes. Quite a powerful thief. With a horseshoe head, you'll never be recognized, because no one knows what a horseshoe crab looks like.
I see. So they would be describing, oh, this person stole something. Oh, what did they look like? And then they're just stuck for an hour. They can't come up with an apt description.
Maybe? It has a tail, perhaps. But is it a tail, or is it just the end of the spine?
I see. That might make this carving difficult, but if there are ever any problems, no one will be able to remember what room they left their wares in.
Oh, you're the master crafter, and besides, no one knows what a horseshoe crab looks like anyways. You'll be fine.
Wonderful.
Incredible.
So, everyone has done their dues to help the construction effort. This game doesn't really have a end of game little wrap up thing, but since we did work so hard on our renovations, we can now increase our atmosphere to the number 2.
Also, our cuisine automatically goes up as well.
Yes,
because of our harvest.
Nice.
Cuisine. We have now a modest kitchen, a couple of ovens, a regular supply of essentials, and a few bottles of the good stuff. And as far as our atmosphere goes, we now have canvas cots, freshly painted walls, and clean windows.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you,
The
Yvette.
service is still kind of lacking.
Windows before.
Yes.
Maybe we could hire an imp.
Maybe we could hire a certain crying imp.
Perhaps.
I mean, Clarence already comes here a lot.
True.
Just pay him to be here.
So who hasn't chosen a game?
Yeah.
That is a good question. So
Yes.
Sarah
I know
picked a
I
game.
haven't.
Nathan picked a game.
I picked a game.
Sam, Carla, and I. Did you pick a game, Luke?
No.
I just made us do wear and
Luke
tear.
picked
That
wear
counts.
and tear, so I don't know if
That
that
counts.
counts.
Okay, so that
I
would
have
mean
one.
Sam, Carla, and I have not picked a game.
Do you have any idea in mind?
Sam, you said you might have had something.
I'm stuck between Off the Clock or a Friendly Tavern Brawl.
Oh,
Ooh.
those are good.
I was
Those are both
thinking
very
the
good.
brawl.
Okay. How about you do Brawl and I'll do Off the Clock?
Okay. Which one do we want to do first?
Let's do Brawl. Let's do
Okay.
Brawl
Yeah.
first, I think.
We made the place nice and pretty, and now we're gonna fight in it.
Oh
Yes.
my god, it's one of these. Oh shit, this is great.
All right, Carla, how about you read this for us?
Carla, read the thing.
Every tavern has its rowdy patrons. You know they're good at heart, but sometimes when the ale is flowing and spirits are high, things get a little out of hand. How do you handle the situation? The setup. So we have brawlers and de-escalators. The brawlers they can be player characters or NPCs, where they will answer, what is the disagreement that caused the first punch to be thrown?
Let's
I would be happy to be an NPC brawler.
Are the brawlers gonna be imps again?
I feel like we've gone to the imp well so much.
Yes.
True.
maybe these are other travelers and adventurers
Yeah, this
who are
is an
still
adventurer who sold
working.
his sword
Like
here.
baby adventurers.
baby children.
And they're like, oh,
adventurers.
we're gonna do such great things, and we're all like,
should-
I
this is
used to
something we
think
can
that
figure out
too.
and- yeah. We need to figure out what the disagreement is the main thing. It doesn't matter who they are.
Maybe it's an argument because they can't use gold in this town and they have nothing to
Oh,
barter.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have shit to trade. I want to give you my gold, but I don't have anything else. I don't have bucket. I don't have mossy stone. Who
Does
the
no
fuck
one
wants
use
mossy
proper
stone?
currency in this here town?
Why are you demanding that I use this stupid moss shit? I have gold. I have so much of it.
I'm sorry.
I got plenty of moss back home.
That's just not how the town works. The trade system is such a huge part of the town that
Well, if there's no money coming in, then how does this place stay afloat?
Exactly.
Trade.
I do not like it. I do not trust it.
we do trade.
Okra! If it's about to get their head popped off their shoulders, you need to
Okay,
get down
I'm
here.
coming.
I would like to be a de-escalator in this moment, which is the other role you can take.
I don't know what Yvette's doing. He's just trying to like de-escalate a situation he does not know how to get out of.
Yeah,
You're gonna get
going
brawled,
to
is
get
what's
punched.
gonna
Like,
happen.
literally, it is the first punch
Yes.
is thrown, and you've been chosen as. Would you? But the question is, Sam, would you feel comfortable being one of the brawlers, or would you rather be a de-escalator? Because if we would like, I can have Granny Agnes be the one who gets punched in the face.
Oh my god, that's so
I-
brilliant.
I
because
think-
she also
I-
serves at the bar.
I think in
Like-
this situation, Yvette can be a brawler and get punched in the face.
Hell yes.
All right,
Yeah.
but you are also going to have to lash out as per
Yep.
the rules of the game. All right.
Oh, yeah.
cool.
He keeps his calm and his cool, but then the second like blood is drawn, it's like, okay, well, we're gonna do this now.
All right. Carry on with the rules, Carla.
So I don't know if we described what the de-escalators are, but they're also players. And they need to identify what made them get involved and who was the first to intervene.
Yvette's about to get his little head shoved in.
Yeah, but that's not a de-escalator. That is a brawler. I think. Would that be you then, Dockland? Because you're the one who got Okra.
Oh, the goat?
Yes.
Or no, Dorkland. God, I still have my original.
That was my
original note
intention,
Still
yes.
says Dockland from when you
Dockland
originally
now
introduced
follows
yourself.
I
me
know, I
everywhere
apologize.
after I taught him a bunch of tricks. He just kind of follows me and just like watches everything.
Yeah.
Aw.
That was my intention, yes, of like yelling out for Okra to aid in the de-escalation.
I'm already
efforts.
a brawler, though, so I don't know how
Yes.
that works.
I am already a brawler
I'm-
too. Okra could be busy doing something.
Yeah, exactly.
Okra should be busy, and Granny
Exactly.
has to come. Granny and
Aw,
Bethel.
Love that.
Oh boy.
I'm afraid Okra is using. Oh my god. Seeing Yvette get punched right in the face.
Yes, take this. They just started fighting.
I will not cease until either my fists are payment or I can use proper gold as payment.
I think it's like one of those things where, like in like movies where like someone hits one of the characters and like it's like a dark aura emanates. Suddenly Yvette is like prepared to draw blood, and he like turns his head back at who punched him out of you two? Who punched?
Yeah, can we get a name?
I think it was Ben. I think Ben punched.
Yeah.
What's the name? Yeah, say your name in character. You know, like an adventurer would want to put their name.
My
out there,
name
like
is
marketing.
Cowboy Bronco.
And I am Vladislav.
That's a Dragonborn.
Yeah, Dragonborn.
Okay,
My fists do the talking when the gold ain't enough.
Step 1, the approach. The de-escalators need to interrupt the fight. I, Dorkland, will run up, seeing the backup being dismal of Bethel and Granny Agnes. Oh,
I
Bethel,
do
yes.
have a way to interrupt the fight and draw their attention.
Okay. Yes.
Hey, Granny, we don't really need floor, right?
No, we don't need the floor.
Okay, that's enough for me. I'm going to cast my fireball to draw their attention.
This is de-escalation. This is more like escalation.
Bethel has now upgraded to brawler.
No, it's to grab their attention. Like, it's not gonna hit them. It's just to, like, sort of...
Oh, it's just gonna hit the ceiling of our nicely renovated
Do you know how
tavern.
big a fucking fireball
What do you think you're doing, you lousy excuse for a rooster? That's how I lash out and I say
Yeah,
something
brawler.
I
I'm
shouldn't
just
have.
trying to stop the fight.
I think Granny Agnes is going to actually put a hand on Yvette's shoulder and be like, "Oh, come now. You don't need to be acting this way to our patrons. Surely gold has some value that we can use it for barter somehow."
Yvette very quietly looks down to Dockland and whispers in his halfling tongue, "Sick 'em," and then Dockland goes ham on the patron.
Oh my god. Yeah. So Yvette steps down at the behest of Granny Agnes, but the goat goes wild, joining into
Oh
the
my
fray.
goodness!
Okay. Step 2, the separation. De-escalators, how do you put space between the brawlers? Is there something else you can try to get them to focus on?
Yvette,
The fireball already happened.
I want you to look here. This shield was apparently from the Giant Crusades, used by Sir Bartholomew Sachs, who is also somehow a dragonborn, and that's just how you make a dragonborn name. And now, like I'm turning, or like Granny Agnes is turning Yvette, like pointing this out to him, and like just trying to be like, and you know, you're supposed to protect the tavern. You're supposed to be a shield, not quite a sword.
I think I will see, because the next step is for the brawlers to try to start the fight back up again. I will see this and I will go, "This is weapon of my dragonborn ancestors." And I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to try to fucking thwack somebody with it. Like, just yank it off the wall.
Yeehaw! You get him!
Does Bethel do anything to try to separate? She shot fire. Everyone freaked the fuck out and like kind of stopped for a moment. What's the moment here to like get everyone to move on?
I don't know if did we actually hire Clarence or no?
No.
No, not yet.
Not yet. He's still a regular, but he's not hired.
But is Clarence here?
Oh, of course he is.
Absolutely, he's a regular.
Clarence!
Clarence is always here.
Go into the fire and do some like dancing or something.
Who are you?
Entertain our guests.
Okay.
Entertainment. Everyone gather around and look at the exciting gather in, everyone come into the Dragon's Trap, come view the beautiful dancing, Clarence,
Hello,
the beautiful dancing
buddy.
imp.
Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal.
Who in the what's it is going on here?
What is this? What is happening?
The dance is much more of just like bouncing up and down.
Is this a tavern or is this a circus?
It's everything, baby.
It's whatever you want it to be.
Entertained by this, Yvette calls off Dockland from his hold on the cowboy's like heel.
Gosh darn it!
I call him off.
Step 3, the talk down. De-escalators. How do you ensure that the fight won't break out again tonight?
I think after getting thwacked with the shield,
Yeah.
I think Granny Agnes is going to approach. Sarah, what was Vladislax?
Vladislax.
Granny. You've struck me, an old woman.
Yes.
Then please, let me make myself abundantly clear. I'm an old woman who spent most of my life adventuring. And I pull in
Yes.
Vladislax.
You have it in your eyes. This is why I thought it morally acceptable to fight.
And you know what? If you're gonna hit me again, you better make it one shot. You get one fucking shot. Do you understand me? Oh shit. You better make it count. You better knock me out in one hit. Do you think you can do that?
Okay, it says for brawlers, how are you feeling? What almost makes you start to fight back up again? So I think Vladislax like puts his fist back and he's like, "Oh, believe me, I will." But I think he sees something in your eyes. I think he's like, "Oh, this is an intimidation attempt." And I like chuck the shield on the ground. I'm like, "Whatever. This is not necessary. I will pay in stories of my adventures, since clearly this patron can pay in dances."
Then please go on.
And yes. Stories. I, Dorkland, take out a big quill and a notebook, ready to take these down and steal them for my own uses. Cowboy Bronc.
This is ridiculous. I'm getting out of here. I'm going to another tavern.
No. Well,
that's fine. You started a fight. We're a tier 2 now in some
And
regards.
I'd start another one, for my name ain't Cowboy Bronco for nothing. You all best remember the name.
we will get
I'm a going.
Leave,
Bye,
you
Cowboy
stink.
Bebop.
Okay. The aftermath. Everyone has picked up off the floor and dusted off. Answer the aftermath questions. Were any of the players hurt?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Granny Agnes.
Granny Agnes, her glass eye, which you all didn't know that she had, is now like off a little bit. And so I was like,
Oh no. If yes, how do you help each other recover?
I clean your glass eye for you.
You like, oh, how does that work?
For those listening at home, I just hit the back of my head and hand out my hand in front of my eye
Like
socket.
that scene in the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Granny, I just got new lard so I can clean your glass eye very, very well and make it very like smooth to put it back in. Okay, I'm just gonna clean it for you.
Okay, I appreciate it. It wasn't really that it was dirty, more of that. Do you have glue? Then there's like a small hairline fracture in there.
Ooh.
I can probably use the cement that we used to build the tavern up. You know.
Won't that be a bit gritty?
That's what the Lord's
Sorry, I
for.
missed the fight, everyone. Hopefully no one is injured.
Oh
Did I
my
hear
God,
someone
Oprah.
talking about cement?
Watch your head!
Bonk! Another bump!
Sounds like there was quite the brawl in here. Seems like a good story, yeah? Oh my gosh, there's people hurt.
I turned with like no eye in the socket,
It's like
no
sitting on the
patch.
floor with like a bleeding nose.
Go-Go's gonna run to
Agnes has an eye
Yvette and
out.
like start wrapping like a bandage around them.
Yeah. Bethel can go magically
Yeah.
fix the eye in some manner.
With cement and lard.
Yeah.
You can throw fireballs, but you can't fix my glass eye.
She never took mending.
Yeah, there's still fire. The tavern's still on fire.
Yeah, 2.
Oh,
was there significant damage?
to the Was there
Was there-
significant damage to the tavern? If so, what is it going to take to fix
Okay.
it?
Water.
Yes.
We got the buckets of water to douse the fires.
There we go.
Can we say that the like regulars are like helping out?
Yeah.
And like they like this place,
Yeah.
they care about it.
Yes,
Yeah.
like it's like a long line
Yeah.
of imps with like passing
I think
buckets.
the main thing that gets damaged though is all of the artifacts and knickknacks that we have
Oh,
up
yeah.
on the wall, all the
Oh,
memorabilia.
yeah.
That
That
got
adds
wrecked.
Especially the
authenticity.
shield.
That's true.
Ooh.
We can
They
say
like
that the
battles?
battle.
Damage
We can
in
say
a
that the
fight.
battle of the Brawlsters happened in here.
The great menace cowboy Broncotis came upon the land and scorched it to a cinder.
They say the very
craft
fires
something
that
for
he
that?
exhaled from his very throat torched the entirety of this entire room.
Okra,
Everyone knows-
Okra,
Okra.
can you make a plaque for that?
Of course I can. I didn't see the guy, but that doesn't really matter, does it? I'll just make him look very scary.
He was
Sounds
9
accurate.
feet tall.
A mane of nails from from behind the
9
back up
feet
to
tall, made of nails. Got it.
Yes.
Eyes that could burn wood. That's how the wood even caught on fire.
Yes, lasers. That's how it happened.
Would you say
None
the
of
eyes
you
were
saw-
more tranquil or more passionate?
They
There was
decided-
a passion for
I need to
destruction.
know for this carving. Passion for destruction. Wonderful. Did it have gravitas?
absolutely no gravitas. It was
No gravitas.
gravitas.
a real stinker.
Understood.
Clumsy,
Yeah, no
like a
gravel.
buffoon trying to destroy things.
And how did you deal with the brawlers? Are they banned? Do they need to pay a fine? Cowboy Bronco.
I was gonna say we give Vladislax the shield.
Oh,
Like after
that's
Vladislax
really
has their
good.
drink, Agnes like has the is getting the eye back in and is like, you know, the story wasn't enough to pay for a drink, but it was enough to pay for that shield.
I suppose this is reasonable.
Will you come back again?
I am only passing through, but I will pass through multiple times.
I will go in a circle.
But I will make it look like it's reasonable time between.
What about Broncos?
Okay.
Broncos banned.
Cowboy Bronco is
So
banned.
fucking banned.
But Cowboy Bronco's banned because if he comes back, he'll fucking ruin our story.
Yeah.
That's the reason he's banned.
True. Bronco needs to be gone to keep
The
the suspension
second-
of disbelief in this
The
place.
second Bronco sees the plaque, he'll be like, "That's not me." Then it's ruined.
What darnation?
It's true. What we have to do then is just say that Bronco is like clearly a fan of this other hero and is just doing a shitty impression of him.
Yeah.
You try to hurt us, we steal your image.
Damn, the worst punishment.
Okay. So Carla, are you happy with the conclusion to that? Wrapping it up all nice? Okay.
Yeah.
I think because we had that wonderful scene, that huge brawl, I think we deserve some time off the clock.
Yes.
It's been a while since you've all had a proper day off. Things are slower right now, and you can get away with closing up for the day. Where do you go after the tables are wiped down? Who's heard every story you have about the worst person who have walked in, like Cowboy Bronco?
Like Cowboy Bronco.
Setup. Anyone can play. Each player describes the first thing their character is doing to wind down, let loose, or otherwise forget about work for a while. And the next part is so we're taking turns. On your turn, you can do a scene alone or ask one or more players to join. Start by choosing a prompt from the list below or coming up with your own. On one turn, you might do a scene alone, or you might jump back in with the group the next turn. If nothing comes to mind, you can pass or look at the time and realize you have to get back to work. When everyone has passed in a row or gone back to work, the game is over.
Okay. Ahem. I would like to humbly invite you all to join my bowling league. I established it last week. I got all the jerseys printed out. I measured you in your sleep. They're all custom fit.
You did what?
We need to go right now.
You said you were in my room because you had a nightmare.
I have a date.
Well, all right,
You
sure.
bowled.
Who? What's a bowling?
A bowling is where you take a large chestnut and throw it as hard as you can down the alley and try to knock over the small imp bottles. It's a national pastime.
That sounds very
sounds
enjoyable.
incredible.
Yeah,
and I
it sounds
think
fun.
as us as a team, there is nothing we cannot overcome and achieve victory together.
Of course. And we'll lock up for the day. Dorkland mischievously wiggling their fingers as we all head off to the alley to do some bowling for the day. I think that it goes excellent. It's a tournament. I signed us up for the or like the high level tournament.
Who are the other teams though? And do we have a team name?
It's a bar league, right? It's all the other taverns.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, tavern keepers.
So
There's like one of those posher taverns like up the street.
The uppity up.
The uppity ups.
It's up. It's up. It's way up in
the
the
tip
top part of the town. It's at the tip.
They think they're so cool. They can play any
Those
sport and play it better than us.
goblets.
Ugh.
Golden Goblets is good.
They're constantly looking down at us because they're so
Well, they-
high up.
And
Yes.
then there is also the Dwarven Bar, which is below us. It's called the Velvet Underground. And they're also very good. But we are stuck in the middle with you.
Oh my God.
How do we do in the bowling tournament?
I mean, I think
I roll my balls with a lot of force, not necessarily a lot of
Yes.
precision.
Yes. This is why you were asked. Dorkland twinkles their fingers in the corner and goes, yes, all going according
In
to
the
plan.
name of
Excellent,
Stybus,
excellent.
I
Oh my
strike
gosh.
a strike.
Every time.
Does Divine Smite like go into the bowling ball? Or is that Nathan?
Oh yeah. Used to say I strike you down, but now it's just trying to get a high score in the bowling.
Yeah.
I think Yvette does okay for a first timer. It very much reminds him of rolling pumpkins down the hill when he was a child for the harvest, and he learned very quickly how to get it into the carriage without having to go over have to pick it up. And so he does okay, but not perfect.
Agnes is dog shit. She's an old lady. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
She's an old lady with a glass eye and probably going to get more injuries as the game goes on.
Bowling injury.
Yeah, I think she does lose a toe somehow.
Oh my gosh.
She's not real, you guys.
Still losing a toe,
Yeah, she dropped the bowling ball on her toe. It was a bad time for her.
Yeah. Big chestnut.
big chestnut, man.
Yeah.
Bethel has no clue how to play bowling. This is like her first time. So I guess like her thought is, oh, it's like a fireball but with a chestnut. So she throws it like instead of rolling it, she throws it like a I guess in
like
this world you can describe as a baseball.
Like she pitches it.
I see.
Is this how I do it?
It works. There's not really any rules. It's very loose.
Just like my toe.
Go-go.
Do you need cement for that?
Do you need my divine
some.
healing touch? Nope, your toe it's off. I can't really help with that. I'm sorry.
That's
I'm
quite
putting a salve
unfortunate.
on it as we speak. It's literally the third set of feet that I've been.
Third?
It's fine.
Oh.
Don't worry about it. Keep playing your game. We're in the final.
We're in the finals.
frame.
We gotta keep our minds on the game. Agnes can deal with Agnes. Everyone.
You're so close to regionals, everyone.
They're this close.
Okay. We do decent. We do not win at bowling, however. The disparity between Okra's skill and the rest of our skill, too vast. We can't make up the difference. Yvette does the best that he can do, but the rest of the team, not knowing how to bowl, and cutting off toes, and generally just not wanting to touch a chestnut, in Dorklin's case, we pass the time and fail.
We
winning.
failed, but we
we
had fun while doing it.
Yeah.
We came in second place. We're still in
second.
the middle.
Yeah.
That's respectable.
Lateral
Once
move.
the middle, always the middle.
So each of us is making a scene?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I am going to visit a friend.
Ooh.
However, I would like to ask. So the question is, how do I know them, and how long has it been since we last met? I think someone from my old adventuring party has come into town.
Ooh, are they still adventuring?
I think they are as old as Agnes is, and still adventuring.
Hell yes.
Nice.
Yeah, and it has been a decade since we last saw each other. That was when Agnes retired.
Dang.
Well, like didn't quite retire, but like stopped adventuring with a party, you know. Just like traveled. But I think if someone would like to play this friend, you can fill in the gaps more. If any other player would like to be in this scene, but I think it is like going for a walk in some of those like walkways as an unseasonable blizzard has kicked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be a former adventurer friend.
Hell yeah! What is the name?
I feel like it's got to be like another old lady name, right?
Oh, is it an old lady?
name?
Yeah, it's another old lady.
Dolores.
Ethel.
Ooh.
No, we already have a Bethel.
That's true. You gotta have at least one Bethel per annum. Yeah, I'll be Dolores. I'll be Dolores the Barbarian.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yes.
Jack Grandma.
Oh, Dolores, it's so not. Yes, I'm sorry. You're going to have to turn sideways to get through some of these corridors, I'm afraid.
Oh my God, Agnes, these are so small, and I'm so large.
Look at my muscles.
You know, you've been taking very good care of yourself. Are you still working out?
Yes, I have a daily self-care routine which mainly revolves around exercise and smashing boulders against rocks.
That seems about right for your physique. Dolly, why don't you settle down?
I was going to ask you a very similar question. It's so strange to see you working in a tavern. I remember you would just dominate any combat field with your little swords and your poisons. You were spectacular. Why not come back out and see things again while you still have the chance?
Oh, you know, I guess everything that I had learned while adventuring with you made me much better at breaking things and ending them. This is a nice opportunity for me to try building something up for once.
Are you sure
we could
you
use
won't?
someone as strong as you.
Well, are you sure you won't wake up in however long you have and in 5 years and wish you'd spent more time out there?
It was a job for 90 years, Dolores. No one is going to be on their deathbed wishing they spent more time at the office.
You never did have the same passion as I did. This is who I am, and I can't imagine anything else, but there's so much to you that I still don't understand, Agnes.
And to think, that means that we have a great opportunity. Old friends with something new to discover about each other. And I think I think that is the scene where we walk arm in arm, and continue our conversation.
That's a sweet scene.
That was so cute. I think that Yvette, after everything kind of gets cleaned up, as everyone's kind of going out and doing their own things, he gets the last table kind of cleaned up and notices more little spots on the floor behind the bar that have been missed or just but they've been there for years and they just haven't been taken care of because it was kind of the thought of, well, nothing can get that stain out. And so Yvette goes into this sort of trance of just deep cleaning everything on they even go up. He even goes upstairs and cleans cleans every area that isn't their little farm area. Just deep cleans everything.
And this is what Yvette does when he's off
the tavern. The tavern closes. Yvette's finally, these filthy idiots won't be getting the tavern dirty. I can take a chance and clean. Everyone's out.
There's a difference. Yvette loves the dirt and everything like that, but there's a difference between an environment that is meant to be dirty and an environment that's not meant to be dirty. And it's just a moment of you know what? This space is not meant to be dirty, and I will put my heart and soul into making sure it is clean by tomorrow, and then just goes.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. After we played the bowling, is everyone there as well?
We can be. It's up to you.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be in full
I am
chronological
present.
order, I don't think.
Yeah, this could be 7 years after the bowling incident.
Oh, damn. Okay. So it's one of those days in the climate where it's super frigging hot and we are sweating and we're making the floor super soaking wet with all our sweat. And I'm
Carla, stop talking about recording. What are we doing in the game?
Today is so bad. Do y'all want to go swimming or something?
That sounds nice.
I haven't gone swimming in ages. I didn't even know you could swim over here in Twixville.
Some exercise really gets your muscles moving.
No, you can't get me that indecent that easily.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa, Granny, what?
I would love to go swimming. However, I don't exactly know. So I can hold down the fort here, and the rest of you can go, and that's how it can go.
Nonsense, little buddy. No. You're coming with us. And I'm going to grab him by the scruff of his neck and drag him out.
Come with us to a place that I don't know yet. I don't know if there's a big body of water nearby.
Actually, with one of my druid traits being communicating with plants and animals, I can talk to
for water holes.
I can ask them where some water holes may be, and especially if we're going out to if we're heading out of town to go swimming, we can pack some food and have a picnic by the water, and I will ask the plants where we can find a nice body of water to relax at and cool off.
So where is this? What do you all think?
What do the plants say? The plants commune with one another and say, what should we tell them of the swimming holes around the area?
Well, I've found that when an unseasonable blizzard comes in, the hot springs to the west are going to be very, 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 very soothing.
Oh.
I remember that. That sounds wonderful.
A snowstorm's coming in, I think. Perfect weather for hot springs.
Yeah, a hot spring sounds nice.
Yvette
really clears up the sinuses.
Yvette stands up and looks to his friends and says, so, good news, bad news. We are going to be receiving a winter storm soon.
Oh, so we don't have to swim.
But some good news. There are hot springs that we could travel to instead to warm ourselves up when the winter inevitably comes in maybe in a couple of days is what they say.
Well, you can't get me to swim, but I will go in for a soak.
Hot springs, rejuvenating liquid, spoken only of in legend.
The combination between hot and cold really gets the blood pumping.
What? Oh.
I mean, you won't. I mean, now you don't have to worry about not being able to swim. You won't have to swim. You gotta sit and let the water do its thing.
Yes, I believe I can definitely sit in the water. I will. Granny Agnes, I don't want to be anywhere near you. You're putting out energy that is strange and confusing for me.
I'm glad to hear that there's still a body of water that's not being sold by all the other merchants here.
Oh.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I mean, the second that we find it, we might set something up there. Maybe
we'll make a mint off that hot spring.
I reach into my purse and I pull out a few knickknacks.
Oh
no! So what do we do, Bethel? Do we go and enjoy the hot springs?
100% we do. Like, we have to travel through the winter storm and all that, but I'm sure that it's going to be all worth it.
Oh, I love that.
I think it's like very like a natural like kind of like stone encased like very like it's like beautiful. It's like it's stuff that you see in like those like old like posters of like, oh, come to our fancy nice town, we have hot springs, and it's like a painting of the hot springs. It looks like that, and it's so nice.
I love that.
Is the water sparkling like purple or something?
Purple hot spring. Ooh.
Purple hot springs.
The sparkle.
That must be where that wood comes from.
The sparkle of like newly
that.
fallen snow and the sparkle of like the hot spring waters, like it's gorgeous.
It's
beautiful.
Ethereal.
Yeah.
Ethereal.
And then there's a fairy singing to us.
A fairy with a harp is like la-di-da, la-di-da, the entire time.
I have an idea for my scene, which is that I feel like oftentimes at our tavern, we keep hearing about some other competitor tavern. People are like, oh, the food is so much better at blah, blah, blah. And so I think at some point, I'm going to be sitting with all of you and I'm going to be like, what is the deal with that place? What makes them so much better than us?
I hear a rat cooks all of the food.
Rat chef.
That's nonsense.
That's the rumors.
Well, I have a proposition. I believe...
Is it to kill the rat chef?
What? No, of course not.
Oh, I of course not.
Your mind goes to murder so quick, my good friend.
It truly does.
Granny, nix that plan. Granny, nix the plan for the rat chef.
Yeah, I'm immediately like taking rat traps out of my purse and putting them back under the bar.
And then just stares at you too, like...
For our day off, we visit said tavern in disguise, and to see what makes it so special, see which ideas we can claim for our own, and how much of it is just hype.
I can make us disguises.
Oh, their hot dog's
Here,
very
watch.
good.
Pops the eye out.
Oh my god.
Ta-da!
A different woman.
What are you doing here? Who is this?
Who is she?
She broke into our planning meeting.
She's working for the rat
You're
chef.
trying to steal ideas from us.
What did you
from
do
the
with
other
Agnes?
Oh my god, you're from blah blah blah. What does everyone disguise as then?
I eat some of the purple stew and I become purple orc again.
I think
Boring.
Yvette I think he asks Gogo to make like a nice like dress. And he's been wearing a hat this entire time. He takes it off and it's like flowing blonde hair. and he puts on the dress and he's like, I'm ready.
The dress is fabulous. It's like flowing like the night sky. It's got like a nice gradient that goes all the way down. It's beautiful.
I feel like I'm going to halfling prom again.
Dorkland fashions a pair of stilts from some spare lumber, and it puts on some just regular length human trousers, and will wear a big jacket with straw arms, as if they are just a regular big dragonborn who is kind of clumsy to confuse everyone.
I put on a whale tight suit.
Oh my god.
It's like a little too big, so basically like it's like squeezing me, and you can see some feathers like coming out of like the bottom.
Oh, dear.
Like a mascot?
I think I pop out the eye.
Yeah.
And instead of wearing like the traditional like black school teacher dress, I change into a much brighter tie-dye affair.
Oh my god.
And I'm like
From the younger
basically
years.
doing like the hippie grandma look.
Yes.
Like the grandma who doesn't have any like tasty food in the house, but does have like a lot of quinoa.
Yes.
Oh yes.
What's Go-Go?
Go-Go dresses up in a
Disguise.
variety of like ponchos and different like blankets and stuff. So it's just a mess of colors and like fashion and like feathers and everything. The only thing you can see is his eyes.
Amazing.
I love it.
Okay.
Darling, how are you going to eat like that?
I have snacks in here.
Oh my god!
At that point, Sarah, how does our reconnaissance go?
I feel like we go in and like they look at us weird because
Welcome
we look
to-
like freaks.
Yes. Welcome to blah.
Whoa, one of them is just
Oh,
a blonde person in a dress. Excuse you.
Yes. Just this way. I'll seat you over here at our nice tables by in the back of the restaurant.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm a normal traveler who is excited about this.
Thank you, my good gentleman.
Oh, the blankets just spoke. Oh, I see. And just this way. And ma'am, would you like the vegan menu?
I would like water, but from melted snow, not from any sort of river.
Okay.
I would also like to make sure this melted snow, cruelty-free.
Cruelty-free melted snow. Of course.
Because
I've
there's a nice way to melt snow. There's a
course, we
cool
know.
way to
Yeah.
melt snow.
We can
and,
hear it.
and then I
Blah,
like
blah, blah.
grab the waiter's tie, pull him down. You don't want to know the cruel way to melt snow, do you?
No, I don't.
It's
I
ice
don't.
elementals.
It's ice elementals.
So, how's it go, Sarah?
I feel like it's a fun evening out. I don't feel like we get any useful recon.
I think we get too drunk.
Was it okay? But then was the actual purpose to go and do recon, or was Okra's entire purpose just to go out for a nice dinner with her friends?
Because like we refuse to eat out anywhere to save money.
Okra was thinking about recon, but then as soon as the friends got there, they were like, "I don't want to do this. I just want to have a good time."
The food, it all tasted delicious, but we
Amazing.
all got too turned and we can't remember what happened.
Outstanding. Okay. And then I think that leaves Go-Go.
Yes. I think,
What do we do?
cooking the same thing can get boring. So I think it's time for a little bit of experimental cooking. And if you all want to taste test this experimental cooking, that would be excellent.
I volunteer.
Okay.
I will also volunteer. I have a very refined palate.
We're all just like sitting at a table waiting for whatever the next.
I will be
from
done
Go-Go
in
is
just
gonna
a
be.
moment. The finishing touches are almost ready.
I feel like I'm sitting on a table with like my spoon and fork, like just like
There's like weird explosions of colors inside the kitchen. It's like, oops, that's a little bit spicy. And then
Do you need help, dearie?
like swiftly like bursts open the kitchen door and he's like holding a giant plate. He's like, dinner is served. And he like gently puts it on the
What's on the
table
plate?
and it's a lovely spot of flail snail escargot.
Oh my god!
Each of the
delicious.
escargot is like hand sized. There's like multiple different ones,
Yes.
and they're all sitting in like specially like sanded down like parts of the shell from a flail snail.
dazzling.
Very
A
dazzling,
dazzling
very beautiful,
shell.
colorful, and smells great.
So, do you want our honest feedback when we eat it, or is it just kind of eat it and then enjoy?
Give me your honest feedback so that I may improve upon this recipe and maybe we can serve it here.
So you don't just want hype? Because I can provide hype.
Oh, we can hype. I can hype the hell out of this.
All of it would be good. I accept all praise and criticism. I would say that when anybody like eats it,
Yes.
there's like a good flavor, but then there's like a sudden like burst of like magic.
Oh.
Yeah, I take a bite.
Mouth.
Oh, it tastes. And feathers just burst out. Just endless feathers.
Yes.
Yvette just gets
It's still alive. Is it still alive?
No, it is not alive.
It tastes alive.
I'm pretty sure that's just what meat tastes like.
No, meat typically tastes dead.
Meat very much tastes dead. You're the head cook here, right?
I am, and I should know what dead and living meat tastes like.
You should know what living You should know what living meat tastes like, Gogo.
Oh, look, this one's still squirming a little bit. I might have to bring that back to the kitchen.
I think Yvette gets the hiccups, and each time he hiccups, a tiny, like, pink flame comes out of his mouth.
Oh.
Spectacular.
Under the table,
Yes.
I'm feeding Docklin.
Yes, yes,
Oh,
yes.
God.
Oh my god, yes.
Aw.
Docklin's fur.
I think
Docklin takes bites, chomp chomp, chomp chomp, and then a burst of magic. What's the magical effect?
he gets a second head.
He gets his leg back.
I like second head. 3
Yeah,
legs, 2
where do you
heads.
think the second head comes in? It's where the leg was.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's horrifying.
I love it.
Wait, so if
Yes.
if the goat gets 2 heads, will you
Dockland.
now have to feed the 2 heads?
Yes.
For more?
Or they
Only
will
one
get
stomach,
angry.
but you know they both they like the taste of food, so you still gotta feed them both.
Yvette just starts petting both of the heads. It's like, this is great.
The worst part is they have different taste buds. and so
Yeah.
they have
You
a
have to
wide
compare
palate.
2 different things. Oh.
So
Wonderful.
picky already too.
But if you get them some like trail mix, one of them will eat the salty stuff, one of them will eat the sweet stuff.
One of them likes tin cans. The other one, likes, a plate.
Cloth.
Goat mix. So we critique and eat and have magical effects at Gogo's food. It's a grand old night. Lots of restaurateuring and eating.
This
Almost
needs
looks like
to
a
go back to
raid
the
if you were to
drawing
look at
board.
it from outside.
Yeah, they're like, what fun stuff is going on in there?
And they walk up and they're like, "Oh, it's closed."
They're just eating.
There's like a window above the door that couple of tall people can like look through, and they just see whatever's happening in there.
Yeah, Agnes turns. The eye socket is just being filled up with a glass eye that just pops out and then filled up
Yeah.
again. It's just another
Oh my God.
endless.
Oh God. Wonderful.
Ugh.
I'm happy with that for
Yeah,
our
I'm good
days
with
That's
off.
that.
wonderful. Yes.
Yes.
That went really
Very
well.
relaxing.
That was very
Oh,
fun.
that
Good
was
to
so
pass.
relaxing.
How relaxing.
Okay. Perfect. So Ben, what minigame would you like to play?
I think this
Birthday
is
boy.
going to be a very fun mini game.
Oh.
I
is
think
it?
we're going to play Market Day.
Oh.
Ooh, Bethel's time to shine.
You would have never guessed how many things a tavern needs to operate on a day-to-day basis. It feels like you're always at the market. In your previous life, you would have just thrown your coin at the nearest merchant to get what you need. But now that you've got this one place, it's not as easy to get everything. Buying something isn't as straightforward as a simple transaction. Still,
No.
calling this place home has its advantages. A trader saves something special for you, or throws in a little something extra as thanks for your patronage or for that favor you did them last time. It's nice.
That's nice.
So the setup, anyone can play. Players choose between being a buyer or a seller. There must be at least one of each. So
Yes.
buyers, what do you need, either for the tavern or for yourself? Is it difficult to find here, and if so, why? So who wants to be the buyers?
I think everybody wants to be the sellers, so I will be a buyer. I will be looking for I'm going to be looking for, it should be simple, you'd be surprised, a new set of hammer and nails for making some little upgrades.
I would also like to be a buyer. I am looking for a little wheel to put Dockland's new head on. That way he can walk around normally. Because right now it's just swinging everywhere, and every now and then it throws up.
I'm going to be a buyer as well.
What are you looking for?
I am looking for bread to turn into bread bowl.
The perfect bread.
The perfect
Bethel?
loaf.
Bread for bread bowl. Bethel, you said you also wanted to be a buyer?
Is that possible?
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, I would like to be a buyer as well.
Be a buyer. What are you buying?
What are you buying?
I would like to buy a new circular rug to cover the scorched floor. The tavern.
A 20-foot radius rug. Perfect circle.
I feel like that's its own special niche of marketing, because I feel like this happens all the time with like beginner wizards of like, oh, you need to cover up the effects of your fireball.
Yep.
Here's a specific
That's why they have so
20-foot
many
radius
different
rug.
like weird drapes and like banners and stuff.
This is our 15-foot cone version of the rug. Premium for new and upcoming wizards. And then, Yvette, are you a buyer? Sam, are you going to be a buyer? Or are you going to be a seller?
I'm going to be a seller.
Yikes.
I run a little furniture store, and on the front sign, it's like a really like simplistic picture of like a house, and underneath it says everything you will need.
I should also mention, sellers, what sign, item of clothing, or other visual cue do you use to attract buyers? So there you go. That's how you attract buyers. What about you, Luke?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Shit. I want to be a buyer. I want...
Oh my god.
I'm glad we have 5 buyers and 1 seller.
Everybody would be a seller.
That is also what I thought as well.
We're going to buy the store.
Okay, I'll be a seller then. Josh. I want to be a seller. I am a big dwarven man who has the thickest eyebrows. Think of the Julia's father from Luca kind of energy, where he just has no eyes, all eyebrow, just big and wide. I work at a stall in the market square selling breads and bread-related accessories and boards. The store name?
BB&B.
BB&B.
And what do you use to attract buyers?
I use my...
You have no idea.
Do you have bees flying around?
Right away.
I'm running out of the way. I have a... Everything is honey and bee themed. It's all bees. It's BB&B, B-E-B-B-E-B-E, right? And so there's just a buzzing around, and I'm going at the top of my lungs like, bzz, bzz, come and get your bread.
And that's attracting, having tons of bees and stuff. That's meant to attract people.
The people love it. They go wild for gimmicks like this.
They like the sting.
Yeah. Come get your bread. Come get your bread. Come get your boards. Come get your boards.
We sell everything you will find inside of a house. What that house is up to you.
But they don't sell bread. Come get your bread. Get the better bread at BB&B. Bread.
Is bread the only thing you sell?
We also sell boards. Boards and bread accessories. Do you need a bread knife? Come get your bread knife.
Do you sell hammers and nails for said boards? Because that's what I'm looking for.
I definitely have boards. Just look at this delicious board. It's a hexagon, like a beehive.
Yes, so do you have construction supplies for said hexagon?
Of course I have construction supplies.
Do you also happen to have giant round loaves of bread that you can carve out to make a bowl with?
So how does this game actually go? Before I just go
because
off.
You are
a
seller?
For each item a buyer needs, a seller will ask at least one of the following. They may ask as many as they want until they are satisfied. So this is the exchange.
Now, I have nails and a hammer. I don't want to sell them to you. I use them to construct my own stall. They are of great value to me. I traveled far across the land to find these things. nails. I didn't read the entire comment.
No.
Sorry, y'all.
You jumped in without looking at all,
He has a story
buddy.
to tell. What's the story about the hammer and the nail?
So, I will make you large orc, a deal, because I think you can gain much better use of this hammer and nails and these hexagonal boards than I can in my late years, but only if you'll listen to a tale of mine.
I suppose I have the time. How complicated of a tale is this? Because the group has other shopping to do.
I journeyed to the hive of the bee queen, far in the northern mountains of Toldakrantal, and there I set my eyes upon it, a hammer and the golden nails of Tokrantahal. But no, the bee queen, she beseeched me and said, I bestow upon you a curse most unfortunate. You forever will be destined to have bees within your head, just stinging you incessantly until you can pass off this hammer and nails to some unfortunate sap. But you're no unfortunate sap, and you, I believe, can withstand the bees in your head. What say you, large orc?
I don't particularly want bees in my head, but I can
But the
attempt
board.
to heal you if you need.
You can do such things? I thought the curse was indefinite and would go on and carry on forever. But if you can heal the curse placed upon me by the bee queen, I would ask kindly.
I'm going to use one of my adventuring abilities, which is Healing Touch.
Okay.
And I'm going to see if that works. I'm going to place my hand on this little bee freak's head, and I'm going to try to channel some divine remedies for this person.
Absolutely.
Are you gonna summon wasps and then they fight each other?
What?
Carl,
does
you
it
have a
look
very
like?
funny idea of what healing sounds like.
How does the healing go? What does it look like? What happened?
I feel like the bees come out of your ears.
They steam out, yeah.
Yeah.
Just like, and just like up and leave. The B merchant goes, I can hear my own thoughts for the first time in nigh a century. Great, large, immense orc, you've saved me. You've saved my entire life. I hate this. And he'll hit the sign. He'll hit the sign onto the ground that says B, B, and B. He goes, I hate bees. Bees are terrible. They're the worst. They're great for the environment, but I hate them, and they all deserve to leave. The hammer and nails. Do you want it?
I would.
It's yours. You bestowed never a B word I shall speak again. You gave to me a good thing, and in exchange I give you hammer and nails to hit.
Seems like a fair trade.
To hit plank of wood into house to make
I will
large.
clap you on the back very hard, not intentionally, but
Yes.
just because that's how I show affection.
Of course. Oh, yes.
I would like to approach the other stall while that is happening.
That is quite the wild card of a stall.
Why, hello.
Oh, we both talk similarly. Isn't that wonderful?
It does seem so.
Oh, hopefully we'll have more in common. You see, I'm after a very specific item. Do you have prosthetics or mobility accessories specifically for goats? Goats with 3 legs and 2 heads. One of the heads is where one of the legs used to be. I was thinking a wheel.
A wheel, you say? I think I might have just the thing. And they glide backwards into their stall. And after much rummaging, they step out. And do I have to go by based on the list, or can I make something up?
You can make one of your own.
I fucking went wild, Sam.
It
so
says
like,
choose
you
a
can do
prompt
whatever.
or choose your own.
They come back out, and it's you guys know like those like wheelchairs for like dogs and that kind of stuff. Like
Yeah, that's also what I'm thinking of for
yeah.
Dockland.
So it's a larger version of that. And they come back and like, you see, this is a fairly rare item. These are commonly shown for smaller animals than goats. So, as tradition in this wonderful town of Twixtville, I must ask for a worthy trade.
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting to... I open up my handbag. I have some Werther's Originals.
Who is Werther in this world? What is Werther's
Werther is my late spouse.
Oh.
Yeah, I made it sad now. Oh, I'm getting you both ways.
Did you kill them?
Oh my gosh.
Did you kill them?
I thought for a second Nathan had stopped smiling as like a threat. It's like, I don't need to know that.
I have some Werther's... My late spouse was a confectioner who is able to create sweet, delicious caramel candies. They last forever in a purse or a pocket.
How many of them do you have?
Well, do you want the poisoned or the unpoisoned?
Now you're talking my language. Anything found in a house, whatever the house is up to you. How many in all do you have together?
These are the candies left to me by my late spouse who doesn't... I can't make any of them anymore. The recipe died with them. I have 12 left.
Ooh.
One for each year of life I feel I may have.
I imagine like you kind of like set them out. Like, do you organize them by what is poisoned and what is not?
Yeah, so I have all of the ones that are wrapped are poisoned, and then I have some loose ones that have like hair or lint on them, and they are unpoisoned.
Yeah, as it goes.
I wrapped up the poison ones, that way you could just tell by touch, and that way you don't get any of the poison on your fingers.
I see. They kind of like lean over the front of their stall and kind of like they're like staring down at like the candies.
Would you like to taste one?
They'll look up at you, but then they'll reach out and take one of the unwrapped ones.
Yeah, I have a small ruler in my hand. I whack it. I whack the hand.
My God.
You can have a taste, not a bite.
Then may instead you take off a small chunk that you would allow me to try.
Mayhaps.
But using the ruler, just cuts a small little corner off of a Werther's Original. Hands it up like still on the ruler, like it's on a knife to you.
They take it off and they put it on their tongue. And I mean,
tastes
anyone
old and stale.
Ew.
I'm selling this story.
Ew.
I see.
That was a mostly lint one.
I noticed.
Lint flavored.
Yes.
But here's the thing. Come close.
Mm-hmm.
It adds texture.
Ew.
I see. They look back down at the table. How many of them are wrapped?
There are 7 wrapped, 5 unwrapped.
Okay.
This is so tense.
You know what?
I'm scared.
This is one of the most interesting interactions I've had in quite a while. So for the experience and for, let's say, I'll take 5 of these, and they take 3 of the poisoned and 2 of the not poisoned. You may have this, and they give you, and they roll out around the wheeled contraption for Dorkland. No, Dockland.
Dorkland is a kobold.
We're just going by the first name that you told us in the session.
For Dockland. And they rolled around.
Perfect. Dockland bamps into where the thing is. All right, Dockland, we're walking the rest of the way. You need your exercise. It's been years. Dockland is like a big chubby goat at this point.
I imagine Dockland wasn't next to you when this happened.
I say.
Suddenly have one appear in the chair
Yes.
Yeah, the head thing was being literal. Goodbye, thank you.
Goodbye. The door closes.
That was
You
literal.
know what? That makes me even more happy with the deal.
In the town square, in a circular stall, an elf screams at the top of their lungs, I am in need of help. I am a bread and carpet salesperson, and I need help badly.
I hear someone needs help. I am here to help. Also, do you have bread?
I sell both breads and circular rugs, as well as small sieves, which are in circles, as well as globes.
How big those rugs you got? I'm an imp.
I sell them in only 20-foot diameter sections, or radius sections, actually. It's a radius.
40-foot diameter, 20-foot radius.
20-foot radius. That
seems awfully specific.
They are massive. I cannot store them in my home. But I, a weak and frail elf, cannot, for my own sake, move them from the home to the stall. So I don't know what to do. I only have these large 17-kilogram breads, which I have transported here to sell, but I left all my rugs at home. Whatever will I do, adventurer? Oh, sorry, you're not an adventurer. You're just a person who happened to be a former adventurer. Isn't that right, Go-Go? I know you. You're a living legend around town.
Of course you've heard of me. There's not a soul that I have encountered who has not heard of the name Go-Go, either by
I have a soul.
through word of mouth or by me telling them my name.
Go-Go. Your name spreads like water from a dam which has ruptured in a terrible storm.
I was there when that happened.
Yeah, that's how I heard about it. But again, do you want this bread? I will give you this bread if only you and maybe a friend of yours who's in need of a rug comes and helps me move the rugs from my home to the stall.
I can absolutely help you with that.
God damn it, Carla.
But do you know
Let
a friend?
me make my bet.
Y'all are letting her speak.
Bethel.
20-foot radius rug. Willing to trade a pug.
If you have a pug, I would love a pug. My wife's been talking constantly. We need a pug. We need a pug. We need a pug. We need a pug. I don't know where to get one.
You have a pug, Bethel?
Bethel,
There's
did you
a
steal
pug.
a pug?
There's a pug literally like on my feet, licking my leg. And
Oh
I'm
my
like,
goodness.
I got a pug. Now where's that rug?
The rugs are at my home. Follow me this way. And the elf
Let's go get that rug.
The elf walks stiffly 17
La
feet
da
down
da.
into their house and points and at this giant stack of rugs taking up the entire home. There's all the children and like the 19 generations of elven people living in this home are all shoved off in like a 300 square foot area in the back of the house. All of them looking terrible. And the elf goes, see, my family lives in squalor because the rugs, they take up all the space in the house because they are 40 feet in diameter. And that is an unreasonable size for a rug.
I think that's a little big, but I think we can cut it in half.
But then the selling point would be practically worthless.
Yeah, but we have
So
a
I'll
giant hole on the floor.
Yes, so I'll take that pug and you take this rug.
I'll take your rug for my pug. Here's a pug that is actually really mine, but give me that rug. That will be mine, but here's a pug that it isn't mine. So I think this is a good exchange.
Fuck. So, the Bethel and Go-Go drag these rugs out of this elf's house. He stands there watching, grinning like a maniac the entire time, petting the pug who is holding underneath his armpit like a little football. They drag the rugs into the market square next to the circular stall. You can take one of your choosing, as well as a big 17-kilogram piece of bread, loaf of round bread to use as a bread bowl. The rug is of your choosing, though. Whatever design you want. There are so many to choose from.
It's made of flowers.
It's made of flowers.
Ooh.
That's really
Sick.
cute.
But they're dying.
Badass! Hell yeah!
Beautiful.
Oh my god. You know, it really covers up the whole like burn marks.
You know, I didn't even really want the rug. The rug wanted me. The rug proposed to me.
Oh my god.
I didn't even want to buy
What's
it.
the bread look like? Is it good consistency? Good.
It's like imagine a fat sourdough. A 17
oh shit!
kilogram
Sourdough.
sourdough.
That's perfect. That's what I've been
Like
looking for this
a
whole
perfect
time.
circle. with a little dome.
Incredible.
I'm losing my mind.
As you describe the bread bowl, we
all.
can. All right. Is that it for what?
That solves everything,
What happens
right?
at the end of Market Day? We just have the stuff now.
It just ends.
It's just literally, there's nothing else in this minigame. We act like maniacs for like 20 minutes.
I imagine they come back to the tavern where Yvette and what's your name?
Dorkland, the kobold.
Dorkland.
Thank you. Where Yvette and Dorkland have been like holding down the fort, and it's just like it looks like you guys had a fun time.
We traded a pug for a rug and some lovely sourdough.
Where did we
I
get a
healed
pug?
someone's century-long curse.
I haven't been able to figure out how to get this thing to stay on to Dockland when he teleports. I'm just kind of carrying it with me now, but it'll work. I'll figure it out.
Yes, of course. Welcome back to the tavern. In the Dragon's Trap.
Why are you saying it like it's new information to us?
Also, why are you moving your hands in a motion that looks oddly sinister?
You look like you had too much coffee.
We promised we didn't set anything on fire while you were
We're
gone.
not customers.
You all left and I drank like 18 cups of coffee and I can't
That
sit still.
explains it.
I'll go work on.
They say if you drink 20, you unlock temporal magics.
Please don't
make it
tell
happen.
him that. I already had to talk him out of drinking the rest.
Okay. So that ends Market Day.
Hell yeah.
And that's
Shall
3
we?
mini games, so that means the last thing to do is wear and tear.
Wear and tear.
Wear and
Oh my
tear.
Yes.
God.
You get to
So-
upgrade once again.
There's always something to fix, clean, or pay off. After playing this game, you may increase one of your tavern ratings. Anyone can play. As a group, decide what parts of the tavern need fixing and touching up and what the new features of the tavern are.
Well, service is currently our weak point. Maybe there's something we
Correct.
can do about that.
What's the plan there, Okra?
I mean, hiring Clarence did get thrown around.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
need to hire Clarence and maybe like 1 or 2 of their imp friends.
So, is this an interview then?
Yes, this is an interview.
Yes.
It's no, it's an interview.
Interview.
All right, set the scene for us, Sarah.
So I think that we are sitting on one side of the table. We don't have a long enough table, so we've like put a bunch together. It's almost like, you know, when you go into stores now that are pickup only and they have like the table
Yup.
divider. It's that we're all sitting there. It just takes up the entire length of the tavern. There's like a queue of imps, one at a time, that like snakes around the block because there's just so fucking many of them. And there's like one chair right in the middle of the table on that side, and we're just churning through interviewing these imps.
I also really love the fact that we originally the imps were originally supposed to be like rats, and now we're like, no, we're interviewing rats.
Listen, rats to some, business partners to
Yo,
others.
if a rat can cook,
We're
Yeah,
increasing
the other
the
place
service
has
by
rats being
1.
the chef, so like,
True.
why not?
Yeah, like what the hell's up with that? Why can't we have imps?
Ahem. Okay, everyone. I spread the posters around. Everything's going great. And so there's a big queue outside. We'll just call them in one by one, ask the questions, really churn through them, get through them, make it seem fair, and then we'll choose the ones we want, right? Okay, everyone's on board. All right, please enter first interviewee.
Hey, I'm walking here. I'm walking into the tavern.
Yes, welcome to the Dragon's Trap.
I'm just a
our
little
humble-
imp.
You're very small. What is your name?
I just told you, I'm just a little
Oh,
imp.
you're just a little imp.
I was
Okay,
introducing myself.
All right, that can be.
I write down, I'm holding the pen in like my fist, and I scratch just a little imp.
You can call me,
Justin.
Jaylee.
Oh, Jaylee.
Yeah, that's the acronym.
So, what made you want to work here, Jaylee?
Was it the grand stories that came out flowing from our tavern that drew you in?
Don't give them an answer. Let them answer, Go-Go.
Yeah! Boss! You tell boss!
Are you calling us boss? That's a little forward, isn't it? We haven't hired you yet.
Dress for the job you want, boss!
I admire that.
I like their style.
Okay,
Thank
put
you.
them down on the short list.
To answer your question, I wanted to
The
nick
list
some of
is
the stuff
already
off
short.
the walls.
There's only one name on it.
It's now even... Listen, I'm just a little imp. It's pretty short list with just... Anyways, you have some valuables just on the walls here. I figured I could take them and pawn them.
maybe you shouldn't. You probably shouldn't admit your plans like that.
I'm an honest, hard worker.
Honesty is a value.
Is that your middle name?
Yeah, sure.
Just a little imp, and honest and hard worker. Got it. God, your accent's fucking contagious, Nathan.
All right, that is going to be it. We will call you. If you get the job, we'll just yell. You're the only one with that name, so we'll just yell.
I have a son.
I can project
just
my
a little
voice
imp
to say just a little imp and honest worker very loudly.
How do you know my last name?
Very loudly. Is that your last name?
Yeah.
I scratched down more letters.
Fuck. All right. Thank you.
I'm here.
Don't worry, I'll take the next one.
Thank you.
Next, please.
I'm the next one. I'm Clarence Cumberbatch.
Clarence, you've been here.
Wow,
Dear,
we didn't know that was your last name.
You've been coming
Yeah,
here for
I just
14
got it
years.
yesterday.
Oh.
Oh, Clarence.
Congratulations.
Thank
I
you. I
turned-
won it.
Who's sitting next to Agnes? I just turn whoever is sitting next to her. Honestly, I regret giving that. I had no idea how it would affect an imp physiologically. That was my bad.
We all make mistakes.
You haven't like made any more food for the imps, right?
No. Sure,
I'm
no.
gonna trust you with this.
So, Clarence, why should we choose you above all of your peers and equals? What makes you good?
What makes me good? It's because I'm emotionally connected to this tavern. This was where I saw my mama again. And I would like to honor her memory
Of course. Yes.
by working in a place where she is.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
So good.
Everyone at the table is crying.
We're so moved.
Agnes
I
is
cannot
not.
cry. I
All
lost
I
my tear
ask
ducts
of
in
you-
adventuring long ago.
All I ask of you
Yes.
is if you hire me. I am a hard worker, by the way, if you did not know. If
You
you
did
hire-
dance for us that time.
It's true.
Exactly. I'm willing to work super hard, and all
You
I
had
ask
some
of you,
sweet moves.
all I ask of you is to pay me that soup. Pay me that soup that made me see my mama again.
Agnes, can we do that? Can we pay them?
Do you have enough to
Clarence's
do
soup?
that again?
It was a lot.
It was a lot. It also yeah, it's a lot. Are you sure?
took a
You
lot.
already did. Question.
Yes.
What kind of working environment are we trying to search for here?
Ooh. I like a fun culture.
Yeah, you like a fun culture?
Yeah.
Do you think having one new hire talking about wanting to see their mother every day is good for the fun culture?
We can put them on the line. We can put them on the line in the back.
It sort of fits the mythos of the place, doesn't it?
Dead moms. That's an adventure
That's a
thing.
backstory.
I could use an extra
Trapped the
hand in the
dragon.
kitchen.
My parents were killed by adventurers. That's why I decided to become one.
You will be
Jeez,
paid with the
okay.
dish. I can make that once a quarter.
Once
Or once a season.
once a season.
Yes, because I will need to get more ingredients, and you all know how hard it was to get ingredients.
It was so difficult.
It's how I lost my ring finger.
True.
That is more than enough.
fucking falling apart.
Fucking hemorrhaging.
Oh my
Jesus.
God.
So old, guys.
Decaying
Very
actively.
Do you think being old just means all your body parts fall off?
You have to understand, she's a very sick woman.
I'll say.
That is enough
Okay,
payment
Clarence-
for me. Because I only saw my mom once every quarter anyways, because she
Whoa.
works far, far away.
Is
In hell, you're an imp, yes.
Yes. Okay, put Clarence on the shorter list. Clarence, thank you so much. Please send the next one in on your way out.
Hey, the next worker who wants to get an interview is being called. Don't talk about your mamas. Only I can do that.
Hey, hi, I'm the next imp in the line. Hey, how's it going? How's it hanging?
Take a seat, please, my good imp.
Absolutely. And the imp walks up, like, kind of like really weirdly walking up and like turns the seat around. It's a stool, so it doesn't really convey the message, but turns the stool around backwards and sits down on it and like takes this weird posture and goes, "Hey, how's it going? I want a job
Why
here."
did you make your imp a pervert, Luke?
Ew.
Ban.
What makes you think you have the qualifications to work here?
Have you seen this bod?
Okay, next imp. Next imp, please.
No, put him on your name, dear. I need him on the short list.
My name is Horatio.
You
Next
You
imp.
can find me.
You're
You
not-
can find me down at the Art Institute. I do the nude modeling for them.
Yvette, please.
Of course
kick
you
this
are.
thing out.
Can
You
you,
will not-
say that?
You will not be called for
that
the interview,
legal?
but you will be called. Don't you worry about that, Horatio.
Horatio
Oh my
winks
God,
deeply
get some,
and
Agnes.
struts out.
So we're not hiring that guy, right?
We are not hiring that imp.
Not.
just for the
God.
entrance.
Depends on what job I'm thinking of.
What you do in your spare time is none of our business, Agnes.
At the entrance, you hear just a light knock, like, "Hi there. This is the place for
yes,
the
come in.
interviews."
We ask the questions.
It's like a small imp, like kind of like.
Oh, hold on. Let me clean that seat for you real quick.
It's
Oh,
really
well, thank
moist
you.
and just
Oh.
foul.
Oh, okay. Hi there,
Anyways.
everybody. Nice to.
Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome to the interview.
Cool.
So what
grad.
makes you a valuable worker?
You graduated imp.
Well, I used to work. I don't quite remember. It's like west of here,
West
a little
of
bit
here.
out
Oh,
of town.
I've been to west
Previous
of here.
work experience? Good,
It does.
good.
It does
Yeah.
sound like you're not from around. You don't sound like the other imps around here.
No. You
No,
sound.
I'm actually from the third ring of hell. A little bit different. I used to work at my parents' family restaurant, and then I decided I
In
wanted
Hell's
to,
Kitchen, yes.
go and spread my wings.
So why do you want to work at this tavern? What about this tavern drew you in?
Honestly, there's a lot of crazy stories around town about this
Yes.
place.
Of course there are.
Shh, go. Let the imp talk.
And I think it sounds delightful, the amount of chaos that happens here. Like, I heard about there's a person that shoots lasers from their eyes, and it burnt a circle right over there where the carpet is. Oh, that's so cool.
It's a living legend. This tavern, this inn, the Dragon's Trap.
Well, if there's one thing I like to do, it's to put my name into legends.
And what is your name?
Knorp.
No. Whoa. Ooh, okay, sidebar. We can't hire a person with a name like Knorp, right? I can't say that all day.
It's bad on the. It has a bad mouthfeel. We have to.
It's
turn
not nice to say.
Doesn't
When
roll
we
off
put
the
the-
tongue
Well, if
very
it
well.
helps, my
you walk
nickname is
in-
Keeny.
Keeny is better. Keeny is better.
Keeny does have a good ring to it.
Yes. Walk in and say, "Howdy, y'all. I'm Keeny." That's rustic hospitality, right
It has
there.
a pastoral charm.
It has a wonderful pastoral charm.
I really like
Shorter
her.
list?
Long
Short.
list.
I'll put
Short.
them on the medium list for now. That way, it's a happy.
Medium
you know,
list.
Yes. Undecided. We'll play darts for it later.
Absolutely. I draw a small face to put on the dartboard later.
Well, thank you so much for putting some time away for me.
Yes,
Did you
yes.
need me to call in the next person?
Always.
Goes to the door. Hey, whoever's next, come on! and then she like waves and like toodaloo, and then disappears into the day.
Damn.
Who do you think we end up hiring?
I have no fucking
Clarence,
I think we should hire the
please.
pervert.
idea. No, we're not hiring the pervert.
Agnes
Pervert didn't even
accidentally
get
hires
through
the
the entire
pervert.
interview.
We are absolutely not hiring the pervert.
We have to hire Keeny and Clarence.
We have
right?
to hire them.
Gotta.
Oh,
Yeah.
Keeny
We've
and
got it. That's the
Clarence
dynamic
sounds like a duo
That's a
band.
yeah.
Yeah, Keeny, I think definitely. I think Clarence would be a great mascot. We put
Yeah.
Clarence
Mhm.
in
Oh,
a
true.
dragon like costume with a bear trap
Yeah.
around the ankle.
Oh, the marketing.
Oh, so good.
Keeny works front of house. Oh.
So what scene do we? Oh, sorry. We increase our service rating, right?
Yeah. Our service rating goes up to level 2.
Perfect. We have just more staff. We have a greater
good wait staff,
time.
experienced line cook. It's great.
Yeah. So
do we want to end on like a scene of like us resting at like the newly revamped tavern? Like, what are we doing to celebrate our new hires?
Shouldn't we be like putting our feet up for a moment? Because like the new hires are taking care of the work, right?
Yeah, we have a few bottles of the good stuff because of our rating. Maybe we're cracking open one.
We still got the good stuff.
Give me the bubbly one, please.
1 bubbly coming right up.
Thank you very much. Oh, that's a far too large a cup. I'm a very small person.
I'll get you the kitty cup. It's a plastic, like, carton. Like, it's got like a cartoon dragon on it.
Oh my god.
Sarah, just talk!
Oh my god. That's what we were waiting for.
Well, I kept trying, but the burps kept being really quiet. So I wanted a good one.
I thought we were talking over you. I'm sorry.
No.
Oh, nice one, Okra.
Thank you. I used to be able to do much larger ones.
Yes, I was shocking. It was so tiny. It was like a frog's fart.
I used to call them little tempests.
Little tempests.
Yes, in the name of Stivus.
Oh, of course. God.
Yes.
Yeah. After all these years, you're religious as ever, dearie.
Yes, if it was up to you, the inn would be covered in lightning bolts and sticks.
That sounds cool as ever. We should do it.
It's so nice having staff who can just take care of the place. Look at them all, like little ants working day after day. This reminds me of living back in the kobold's hive, not the ant hive. I've never lived in. Why would you imply I've lived in an ant hive?
This is like anything.
Yo, we didn't say anything.
No, we didn't. We said nothing.
Anyways, this
But
reminds
now
me.
it sounds like you did live in an ant hive.
You would tell us if you lived in an ant colony,
How
right?
small do kobolds get?
I would say frankly to you, I've lived in an ant colony. I will now say frankly, in the truth and honesty of my life, I've never lived in an ant colony. But this reminds me of one. It's a well-oiled machine.
A well-oiled anthill. That doesn't sound good.
I think liquid's bad for anthills.
Liquid is very bad for anthills.
Liquid can fuck up an anthill, but do you all want a liquid that can fuck you up? And pulls out like 3 small vials. Like,
oh fuck yes.
Oh shit.
Everyone only gets half a
Time
vial.
to power up the drinks.
I will.
Half?
You only get half a vial each.
Yes.
Okay.
I promise you, if you drink too much of this, it will fuck you up for the rest of the day.
Ooh.
Oh, wonderful. We have staff now.
Exactly.
Just 1 vial.
Down the hatch.
Glug glug.
Bethel, sing the song. Sing the song you always sing.
Oh, I remember the song that you're saying. Let's get drunk in this vial. It is not a bile.
This is my favorite one.
It's taken quite a while.
You do
It's
sing this
going
all the
down like a slide, like a slime down the drain.
It's so evocative.
Oh,
That was beautiful.
it's a pain.
I've been practicing
Bethel
this
is a
one.
great lounge singer. Like,
Yeah.
just doing like the blues.
And I think the singing continues on into the night as the camera pans out from the tavern and up into the sky.
Do we all join in on the singing on the second verse?
We do.
Yeah.
A lot of us don't know the words, but we try our best.
It's a pain.
It's slime on the.
Like
it goes down a drain.
slime down
Slime.
a drain.
Slime. And we zoom out of the dragon's trap, leaving these former adventurers turned townies to run their ramshackle little inn until it is no longer such a ramshackle little inn and tavern. And that was it. That was Stewpot, folks.
That was
a
Stewpot.
delight.
That was absolute
That was
crazy.
That was crazy. That was a very Ben game if I've ever played one.
True.
Ben, happy birthday, Ben.
Thank you.
Happy birthday,
Ben.
boy.
Thank you all for
older.
playing this with me.
Yeah.
Wonderful years.
How old are you? 50?
25.
Oh my God.
Oh.
You're old.
Whoa,
oh my
whoa.
God. Oh, gosh darn.
Great.
Well,
If you enjoyed this episode, leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or your podcatcher of choice. Let us know that you enjoy the show. Or you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Trials and Trebs for teasers, art, retweets of other people's art. If you make art of the show, send it to us. If you make any of these characters, send it to us and tag us in it so we can see it and share it around. Next, what's up, Nathan?
I'm sorry, I just had a quick question for another member of the cast. Carla, where did you get that shirt, by the way?
What shirt are you talking about here?
that cool shirt that says, what is that? Trials and Trebuchets? Right there on the front.
With a motif of a snake on the back that says Ascend?
How do you see my back?
Holy shit.
I can see everything.
It's from trialsandtrebuchets.com.
Also, trebmerch.com. Totally bought that domain because it made me laugh. Trebmerch.com. Go there. You can get t-shirts. You can get stickers. There's more stickers on the way. Go check them out.
I can't believe the highly coveted URL Trebmerch wasn't already taken.
All the people want it. There's also a Discord link in the description of this episode and a link to our Patreon if you want to support us month after month. We'll get out of your hair, though. This was long. This was tiring. I'm sweaty. My voice is shot. Happy birthday, Ben. And we'll see you all next time.
See ya, everybody.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
Slide.
Slide down the drain.
It's a pain.